4282, or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
WKGN 1340, go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
All right, let's do it, boys. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome. Another stellar edition of The Drive underway here on Fan Run Radio. I'm Russell Smith. I feel so much better today than I did this time yesterday.
You look like a new man.
Thank God. Still not 100%, but
you looked awful yesterday.
I was in allergy hell. I'm in allergy Kentucky right now. You know, it's not quite hell, but it's
close.
Yeah, it's not great.
As close as you can get.
Yeah, so feel a lot better. The Flonase starting to work its magic, and excited for a massive show today. We got Josh Elander, Tennessee baseball coach, on the show. Coming up at 5:40 today, right at the end. We're going to crescendo this afternoon. And we have a really nice flow, too. Coming up here in just a few minutes, we're going to be joined by the one and only Tony Basilio, the maestro of the middays, heard weekdays from 11 to 1 right here on Fan Run Radio.
The OG. Ayatollah of rock and roll.
I don't know if you want to be calling anybody the Ayatollah right now. It doesn't seem like that's... I don't know if that's a long
time to place
job longevity type thing right now. You don't want to be that guy.
So we're coming here. President Trump said he wants to pick the next
one. There's a lot. I mean, that meeting's tough. It's like, so who wants to be the next Ayatollah? Oh, no, not me. Not me.
I'm good.
I think Ahmed would be better.
Yeah. They all met up on Monday, and then the building blew up.
Oh, man. Did you see the torpedo hit?
Yeah. That looked like World War II footage.
That's pretty badass. They said it's the first time that we've sunk a battleship with a torpedo since World War II.
I didn't hear any sound. I wanted to hear the sonar.
But you know, how about like a GoPro on the torpedo? Like you can see it approaching the ship. How cool would that be?
You know, they have to have cameras on those things.
Bob, do you find this distasteful, us just talking about war in which thousands of people are most certainly dying?
Well, distasteful, I don't know, but your fascination with war is...
let's not act like war isn't the most, if not the most, it's one of the most fascinating aspects of humanity.
I mean, violence has been selling for over 2,000 years, bro. Go all the way back to when the Romans were so Christians, the lions.
And it goes down right there, too, from the Russians to Alexander the Great to the Persians, Xerxes, the Greeks. They all want that strip of land, man.
Yeah.
It's where it goes down.
I don't know.
World War II, whatever happened there.
I just feel like when your country's in some, like, chaos, which ours is, that's when you're susceptible. That's all.
That's what, yeah, I mean, it's a strange time to be alive. Yeah. Like, I was thinking my first proper American war was the first Gulf War. I was in 5th grade in 1990.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that was such a huge deal. I mean, society didn't stop, but it kind of stopped. And, like, there were the yellow ribbons and just everything. And I know... Not to get too far into it, but like I hope we don't get into boots on the ground and everything like that. That's a little bit different,
right?
That were just it ups the level of intensity of it all. But man, it's like we are in this massive war right now, and I don't want to say nobody cares, but life very much going on as normal here in America.
Well, for people of my generation, it's weird. Like if you were born around 2000,
you were born into it.
Like we've been in the Middle East my entire life, it feels like.
We've been in the Middle East for a long, long time.
Yeah, but, you know, like we were born in and around 9/11, and we, in our minds, we haven't left and have always been involved in some way or form. So it's not new to us.
Yeah, right. I guess, yeah, you were born into it.
Mhm.
I don't know. My earliest memories is I'm old Vietnam. I was a tiny little kid.
Ah, man.
Remember the nightly news? I mean, we were little, but it was body kids.
I'm
Today in
laughing-
Vietnam.
I'm laughing about something entirely different.
Oh.
It's a Bill Hader bit where he was like he's a ventriloquist with a Vietnam vet. Have you ever seen that?
With a Vietnam vet?
Yeah.
No.
The puppet is a Vietnam vet.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Anything Hater doing voices, I'm
Yeah.
there. So I have to look that one up. But I didn't mean to bring everybody down.
Yeah, I mean,
how
hey,
good I'm
haters.
doing, how much better I'm feeling all of a sudden. And
No, but
now we're talking about we're staring into the abyss a little bit, I feel like.
I got a laugh out of it. That's what I'm saying. It made me laugh. You and I have a uniform today. We got.
I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Wow.
A couple of twins.
Hey.
Wow.
That's right.
Shout out to the YouTubers. Be sure to hit that like button, like and subscribe, and check out Bob and I. We're in the same shirt today.
Well, not the same back here, but Bear and I are both wearing baseball shirts too.
yeah, you guys aren't as cool.
Now that's the first step to the healing because it seems like you guys have been kind of.
Well, you always trying to stir up trouble,
hey.
Baskerville.
You're just always like.
Our relationship has never been better back here.
I beg to
Never
differ.
been better.
There's a lot of sparring. It feels like
Never been
goes
better.
on.
I'm serious. If I want his opinion, I'll tell him what it is.
See.
See, that's just not true at all.
Well,
Here we go.
Here we go. As
So-
I was saying.
Josh Elander, hour number 3. Basilio coming up here in just a few minutes. In hour number 2, we'll be joined for our weekly chat with Gregg Palinsky, Tennessee basketball assistant, as we get ready for Vol Hoops, the regular season finale. Saturday at 2 p.m. Vanderbilt coming in here. Senior Day festivities. Another sold-out, raucous crowd. Thompson Bowling Assembly Center and Arena. A week ahead of Selection Sunday. It's all coming to a head.
You think Coach will have any fresh info on Nate Mint?
Good question. I would think that. I don't know. Something tells me they're playing that close to the vest.
Don't want to help out Vandy.
Yeah.
Don't want to give them any sort of
Kind of,
insight into our process.
Belichickian in
Yes.
in nature.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
I'm
But
just going to see if you guys are going to ask.
So I got a hot question for you. I've been saving this one all week.
Oh.
This hit me over the weekend. I put it in the notepad and just been waiting for the right time to bring it out. I feel like today, no baseball, no basketball. I feel like this is a good time.
Let's go.
Would you be okay with UT being mediocre? Not bad, not great, mediocre in basketball and baseball for the rest of your life, if it meant that the Vols would average 10 regular season wins a year in football the rest of your life? Now, before you answer, I want you to think about this, all right? Yes, we are sacrificing basketball and baseball very much, but not for what we have now in football, not just to continue. You're averaging 10 regular season wins. That means that there might be a year or two where you have a 7 or 8 win season like we had this past year. But there also are going to be years where you win 11 or 12. And you're going to average 10 wins a season for the rest of your life. Tennessee football will never be irrelevant again. Not just won't be irrelevant, but will be, we're expanding the playoff. There will be a playoff fixture, a perennial playoff team. And surely if you're averaging 10 wins a season for whether you got another 10 years or another 50 years, probably going to win a natty at some point, if not multiple.
I mean, you are the devil himself when it comes to these things. It's very tempting. I don't know. My first instinct, Bob, is I've grown to love college basketball so much and love being Tennessee, being a perennial powerhouse. This is a different kind of high when you're good at basketball. I never knew spring could be this fun until we had a brief 6 years of Pearl, and then
see, I'm almost more disappointed to leave baseball behind than basketball. Basketball has changed so much. This is not the same sport we grew up watching. It's just not. It's so transient. I was reading Basilio's blog today. You realize there's only one senior in the SEC that's played 4 years at his school?
Yes.
In
I
the
heard Tony
entire
talking about it.
league.
There's only like 22 nationally.
We had, what, 2 last year on the same team?
Yeah, they played all 4 years. Back to your question, I'm a hard no.
A
I
hard
figured
no?
that.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, I am.
Man, call him Bobby Hoops, man.
Well, it's not even that. It's just, man, I don't want to be typecast as that's all they're
You don't want to be
at.
Georgia?
no.
Yeah, that's all they're good at. I mean, not to sound like Danny Upcharge here, but I want to win at everything, man.
I mean, I hear from so many Tennessee fans of our generation that lionize the 90s. Talk about the good old days, how great it was, how we wish we could go back. It feels like 98. We didn't know how good we had it. Would do anything to recapture that era. And basketball and baseball were very much not a thing at that time.
Would the Lady Vols be unstoppable again?
I'm leaving them out of it.
Okay.
I'm talking about the 3 men's sports. That makes me sexist, whatever.
And I would argue, I agree with what you said about basketball, but football has changed dramatically too. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yes.
it's very different. Still great. That's what I'm saying. I'm
I mean, it's just turned into the mini NFL is what
Yeah.
it's turning into.
Yeah.
I don't know. In giving up baseball?
I know.
Just imagine right now, just imagine if we were putting this concept into play, what would the month of March feel like?
I can tell you because we used to go through it every year.
It would be different. It would be weird. It would be frustrating when we're talking basketball, and I guess baseball would just go away. We didn't talk baseball in the 90s. It wasn't a thing. It would be frustrating, but the build up to chasing another championship, trying to hang another banner in football would be pretty fun. I see the Georgia
Make our
fans.
jobs harder.
I see the Georgia fans online. They seem to be enjoying life.
Yeah.
They seem to really be.
It's just think about those years though. Like you said, it'd be on average. Okay. I'm just trying to be a voice of reason here. Those football seasons where you're winning 7 or 8 games because to your point, that could still be in play. That could still happen from time to time. Now, and we've seen it, we just saw it. I think the pendulum's swinging a little bit, but just last weekend after losing to Alabama, everybody's like, okay, I'm out on this basketball team. God, let's get to baseball. Let's move on to baseball. There's something else to go to. With football, if that's all you had, it's like, now let's go pay attention to our other schools or other teams that are mediocre in everything else.
I mean, and inevitably we have to talk about other universities, in the tournament. And
yeah.
I mean, as much as big as college baseball's gotten, we'd probably have to cover that a little bit. To not be able to talk about Tennessee being in the mix and in the hunt, I don't know, man.
And if you happen to have one bad year with football, then you're South Carolina, like what you're seeing right now with South Carolina. Women's basketball is great.
I bet Bear and Bob not taking the football gamble, the football gambit, as we'll call it this afternoon. Walker Smith, you were born when? 01?
2001.
Not even alive for 98. He has never seen Tennessee win a championship in college football. And no, I'm not counting SEC Eastern Division titles in 2001, 2004, 2007.
You've never seen Tennessee walk on a football field with 10 guys that were going to have long careers in the NFL.
Nope.
Is your thirst for gridiron glory enough to turn your back on basketball and baseball?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
And I don't want to speak for everyone my age that are Vols fans, but we were born, our first fun football and basketball memories were Bruce Pearl games. They were basketball being good when we were really little. In the prime of growing up watching football, we were really bad. I can't imagine a time where basketball doesn't matter around here. Like, that's something I can't even fathom.
But doesn't it make you yearn to see football be great one time in your life?
No.
Like, we've seen it. We've seen him at the mountaintop. Oh, it was glorious, wasn't it, Russell?
Yeah, but I'm tired of of doing that. I mean, it's over a quarter of a century ago. I want to do it again. I want to do it in the modern era.
No, I'd rather be great at everything than the best at one thing.
Like, I'm trying to put myself in Walker's shoes, and if you told me like our last championship was in 1978, it was like 2 years before I was born.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't even
It doesn't
in my head, like 1978. I don't want to say it doesn't exist, but for me,
it doesn't exist.
Like it exists, but like people my age aren't emotionally attached to 98. Like, we don't carry any water for it all that much. Like, a party like 98 it's just a phrase in ancient history to people my age.
I also think that this is one of those topics that we talk about now in March, and there's a little bit of recency bias that comes into play, right? I think that people, if you run this poll back in October, it might be different. I'll be interested. We'll put the poll in the field at Russell_Smith on Twitter, and I'll be interested to see how these percentages come back. Simple yes or no, smoking hot question.
It's a good one. Really good one.
Way to go, boss.
You got live chat. Gecko Master 25 says, I would trade all sports for consistent championship level football, no question. Somebody in the 901 on the text box says, I will take 5 and 22 Wade Houston years and the Todd Raleigh years to average 10 wins a year in football. Y'all are crazy.
I can't imagine not having a dog in the fight in March Madness. It's the most fun time of the sports calendar.
You can't imagine it because you've never lived it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and all I'm saying,
we lived it.
I get it.
It was fun. It was really, really cool. And football was a year-long thing. Like, if you're wondering, well, what would I do during March and June? You would think about your awesome football program that is going to kick ass again next season. That's what you would do.
You remember how we felt walking in the stadium for a game?
Bear's talking himself out of it. Never argue with Bear. He will argue with himself.
I told you I was really torn. But you have to admit, I mean, you've talked about it, but when we walked into that stadium, we assumed we were not only going to win, we were going to rip the other team limb from limb. And other than the years that Florida figured out our defensive signals, we pretty much did that.
A lot to get into this afternoon. Just scratching the surface on a beautiful windy Thursday here in East Tennessee. We'll take a quick timeout. When we continue, we'll get Tony B's thoughts on today's hot question. Stay with us. It's Fan Run Radio. We're back with more right after this.
The Drive.
105.7 FM, 1340 AM. Online at fanrunradio.com and streaming on the free Fan Run Radio app. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life checking account from Citizens National Bank, offering extra benefits including bank travel. This September, experience the perfect fall getaway on the New England Rails and Sails Tour, or join CNB in October to chase the Northern Lights in Iceland. Get in on the fun by calling 865-429-7935.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Back here on the drive, Fan Run Radio. Headed towards the weekend here. The Basilio Show will be live at Calhoun's on the River tomorrow. Excellent way to kick off the weekend. We've got Tony B on the phone line. TB, good afternoon. What's up, man?
Russell, que pasa, amigo?
Tony B, he's excited. He's ready for the
spring. He's back on the patio.
He's ready for
Calhoun's.
it. Uh-huh.
Man, this season, guys. I mean, how nice is it outside, guys?
It's a double-edged sword, though. I was texting with you, buddy. Like, the allergies have got me so down bad right now. I can't even go outside and enjoy it, but I'm hoping to get there soon because it's baseball season, and you got to be out on Calhoun's on the river, on the deck there. You got to be out on the back porch, hanging out, soaking up some rays, fresh air, the good stuff, the good life.
Well, that's a rite of passage. That's when you know winter has officially turned to spring, when that patio reopens, and won't be too long, guys, till we're out there for football from pillar to post during those game days. It's going to be unbelievable.
Cannot wait. Cannot wait. So is Basilio, Basilio, Bino, the whole crew going to be out there tomorrow?
Yeah, they even let me bring Bino out for moments like this, and just in kind of a, what would you call it, like a limited exposure kind of thing. A little bit of Bino goes a long way, if you know what I mean.
I love Bino, and I told him this, and I don't even want him to fix it, but I get his softball emails. Somehow I got added to his old man softball team, his emails, and I get all I get all the email. They got a Myrtle Beach tournament coming up. I'm looking at it right now. And so I get all these emails and I read them and just kind of chuckle to myself. It's funny.
You know more about it than I do. I don't even
I don't know
when he's going away. You need to, how do you get looped into that?
I have no idea. I have no idea how I got added to this list, but I can tell you they're staying at the Comfort Suites in Myrtle Beach this weekend. Sounds like a good time.
No, it does. It sounds horrible.
It does sound horrible.
Hey, nothing you guys do this year will be funnier than Bino I can't remember if it was you explained to Bino or the other way around what a dude wipe was. He's talking about going on softball. They got to bring the dude wipes. And then Bino's trying to explain to Tony what a dude wipe is. Oh, man. Hysterical.
Bino told me, he goes, don't you dare flush it down the toilet. Don't you dare flush it.
Oh, Bino. Classic. Hey, Tony, we've really gotten spoiled with Rick Barnes basketball when we've got a 20-win surefire tournament team featuring a lottery pick, and we're not out of our minds with excitement over this squad,
Everybody. It's kind of like one of those things where familiarity breeds contempt, It's, I feel for that whole regime in a way because no matter what they do, the magic tricks at the end of the season is all anybody cares about. But here's the reality. Magic tricks at the end of the season have been pretty good when you've matched the best finish in school history twice in a row. I don't know why that gets lost on people, but it gets lost on people, Russell, for some reason.
How quickly we become accustomed to something that wasn't even an option 10 years ago. Just living
when
in
you
the
and I were when you and I were together, like back in the late 90s, we used to get the Jerry Palms, the Joe Lenardis on and browbeat them and say, hey, just say we're in the field. Just say it. Just humor us today on the air. We were way at the bottom of the bubble or on the other side of the bubble. And now you're exactly right. It's I don't know. It's almost embarrassing, isn't it? The way we've become so like, I don't
ungrateful.
know if spoiled's the word, but yeah, ungrateful easily is a good word.
I like spoiled. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
The way the other thing too is the pendulum swings so extreme right now. I mean, It was just Saturday night. Everybody was out. Now we're back in, and I mean, some of it is the nature of the team, man. It has been a roller coaster this year, and we've blown some wins for sure. But at the same time, out of those 9 losses, I've done the count. I think 6 of them have been 4 points or less.
Oh, it's crazy. And Bob, I'm doing a thing at the Tip-Off Club on Monday where I'm interviewing Jacoby, and rather than him doing like a straight speech, we're just going to do like a Q&A kind of thing. But a couple of those games, if you go back to him, he had a couple of bad turnovers, that sort of thing. They weren't defending like they are now. I mean, he's a completely different player than he was 3 weeks ago. Like the way he's playing on defense, the way he shared the ball the other night. Look, he could have gone for 30 at South Carolina if he'd have wanted to, but he just featured everybody else.
I got a fun fact for you. In the last 5 games, games, this guy has a total of 8 turnovers in 5 games.
Wow.
And he's playing like 36 minutes a game.
Wow. And our fans, again, I'm not ripping I love our fans because how we've never been to a Final Four here. It's not Rick Barnes' fault, by the way, but how that's happened is just bizarre. But Gillespie is so unappreciated in terms of what he does. And he does drive me crazy. He drives everybody a little crazy.
Sure.
I'm sure he drives himself crazy. But the level of play here down the stretch by him on offense and defense has been pretty amazing.
If we had one more perimeter threat, I'd feel really good about the postseason. It just feels like as good as Gillespie has played, we are Bob, I think you said it. We're asking him to play the 1 and the 2.
Right.
Yep. We're asking him too much.
And it wears him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wears him out, too. And we're a guard short. That's all. But you know what? There's a lot of teams that are going to come into the tournament, incomplete basketball teams, and some will find their mojo. Some will figure out a way to go around, maybe 2 rounds further than they should go. And for this Tennessee team, who knows what that entails. If you go 2 rounds further than you should go, it happens every year with somebody that will go 2 rounds further than they're supposed to go. So my mantra is, why not us? Why not this year?
Yeah, I do what Barnes said. Maybe it's a bit of a blessing in disguise to play without Ament for a game or 2 here, and like maybe you play a little bit smaller. Maybe Amari Evans gets going. Maybe our guy Berg, the Hasidic sensation, maybe he turns it on going into the postseason. And you find, like you said, Tony, maybe somebody gets hot here and provides that extra guard. That's the magic of March, man. You just never know. You get into it. You hope you get a good draw. You roll the dice and you see what happens.
What I love about it is any of a myriad of outcomes with this basketball team, and none of them would surprise me. Like, if they lost the first round of the Saturday and lost the first game in the SEC tourney and went off as a 6th seed, it wouldn't shock me if like an underachieving 11, a high major team got in there and got hot and beat them one day. That wouldn't surprise me. If they win a couple games here down the stretch and get to a 4 seed and are able to get to the 16 and are able to play a 1 off their feet, and maybe get through that, depending on who's in front of you. I don't think that would greatly shock any of us after we saw what they did versus Kansas or really versus Houston earlier in the year. But, I mean, certainly in the Kansas game, they're on the floor with that team. But the truth is that in college hoops, these teams are so imperfect now. And then you have so many teams with guys that go into business for themselves, too. That's the other thing at this time of the year. People are plotting their next move. The portal is not going to open for a couple of weeks. right around the time when the tournament begins. It doesn't open until Championship Monday, but you're going to have all this backroom stuff going on and all these machinations, and it's just going to create a really volatile tournament, I think.
Oh, man. Let me ask you this one while we're staying on this subject, because we all talk about it. We all talk about the if only ... And the name that always comes up typically has been Cam Carr. If only Cam Carr had still been here, we would have been in great shape. Now, I think we would have been better off with Cam Carr here, don't get me wrong, but I can't think we're going to equate the performance he's turning in at Baylor to what he would be doing here. It'd be different, because there he's allowed to shoot unlimited shots. They're not a good team either.
You and I both know, Bob, that Cam Carr is never going to play for Rick Barnes. You have to be and I'm not knocking Cam Carr, but you got to be a serious basketball player if you're going to play for Rick Barnes. And Cam Carr was never going to play here, though he does have tantalizing offensive skills.
Right? Yeah.
But I ask anybody listening: do you consider him a winning player? In other words, what is his team doing this year? Are they winning at any great clip at Baylor? I mean, the answer is no. To your point, he's just kind of he's like a Hubbard on their team. He's just a guy taking a lot of shots. But at a place like this, if you're not going to defend and you're not going to, under this head coach, and you're not going to sell out on defense, I mean, I don't even know why you move your stuff into a dorm. Because there are certain types of players that are Rick Barnes types of players, and there are certain guys. Who was the guy that finished up in North Carolina whose name's escaped me right now?
DJ Burns.
He was never going to play here, guys.
Right.
Right, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and he led a team. Did they not go to the Final Four, or was I imagining things? Or did they go to the Elite Eight? How
Went to
far
the
did they
Final
go?
Four.
That's what I thought. He was never going to play here, guys. And you know what? I'm okay with it, because I've made peace with this. If you're going to play for Rick Barnes, you have to be a serious basketball player. DJ Burns wasn't serious. The guy that's at Baylor now, they're not serious players. The Hunley Hatfield kid was not a serious player when he was here. No offense to him. But you've got to be a serious player. And I give Burns credit, though. He went on to a team, and they went and won big. But Rick Barnes is not going to compromise who he is. He's just not. And if it means you don't get to the Final Four, then so be it. But that's who he is, guys. And I've made peace with it. He's a damn good coach.
I'll close out this point by saying I would love Tobe Awaka over Jalen Carey. That would have been nice.
Yeah, so would they. I mean, he kind of surprised them because they knew they were losing the other kid to Arkansas, and Tobe Awaka sort of came out of nowhere. But look, I mean, if you're Tennessee, were you going to pay him $1 million like Arizona was?
Yeah,
probably not.
Yeah.
Talking with Tony Basilio. He's going to be live tomorrow at Calhoun's on the river. Go see him and Bino down there. It's going to be a beautiful day. We've got baseball, Wright State in town. What do you think of this Elander guy, Tony B? Has he got enough swagger to keep this baseball thing going?
I don't think it's about swagger in that sport, Russ. I think it's about talent, and they've got a really talented team. I mean, when you see them unveil this Grimmer guy yesterday, who I think is they're going to have to reckon with trying to find him some time. This kid they started yesterday might be the best pitcher that started a game for him all year. That true freshman that went out there yesterday might have the best stuff of anybody on their pitching staff. And these guys are going to wake up at the plate, but when you've got a catcher who probably is going to end up being your catcher in SEC play, mining center field yesterday and playing it very well, that is one hellacious athlete. I'll say that.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. When you think catcher, like we think about Jake Taylor in Major League with his bum knee, and that guy might play a little first base for you. You're not putting him in center field. That's crazy.
I mean, and this guy is a flat-out great athlete, great player, and one of his stocks in trade is getting hit by pitches, and he got hit by a couple yesterday because he's not afraid to crowd the plate. And so I think these guys, when league play begins in like a week and a half, are going to round into shape. and are going to be very, very good. And the team they begin the season as and the team they finish the season as will be two different teams, I believe. These guys will get better and better as it goes.
Hey, Tony, we got a hot question we're throwing at the audience this afternoon. Would love to get your thoughts. Would you be okay if Tennessee were mediocre in basketball and baseball for the rest of your life if it meant that Tennessee was going to average 10 regular season wins in football for the rest of your life?
No, I'm an all-sports guy, and there are no wrong answers to that. But here's what I love. I love winning at all those sports. I think of the Georgia sports fan, okay? Now they've gotten better in baseball recently, but the Georgia sports fan, when Kirby really had it cooking down there, they had no baseball and they had no basketball, but they had a great football team. And that's 12 weeks out of the year. That's not enough entertainment for me. I want to have some, and I enjoy all the sports. So, I mean, I love my Tennessee football, and I find Saturdays very sacred and a real blessing to be here. But I want to see a very competent, very good, like we have, sports program around the clock. I think it's a great deal. Much more opportunity to enjoy yourself, to enjoy your school when they're on the field or the court or wherever they are.
Great minds, Tony. Great minds.
There you go, my brother.
I'm going to ask you that again, though, after our first football loss of the regular season, and see what you say come fall.
That first loss, Stubbsy, won't come till like mid-November. So that's
okay. All right. Well, maybe we don't have to make the devil's bargain again. Hey, I was thinking, Tony, while we were talking about the bad old days in basketball, I remember when I was a peon intern with you, and you took me one day. We went to Thompson Bowling, and we sat in the office with Kerry Keating. Do you remember this? We went in his office.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I thought that was such big time stuff, man. Just hearing like Chris, who was the guy who was from
Chris Ferguson?
Chris Fergie was there.
Good mind, Bob. That's good. Yeah, Fergie. Yep.
That was fun. It was fun to have that access, but I like this kind of basketball better.
A little better.
Yeah.
Listen, I remember when Lee Humphrey committed to Florida. I was in with Buzz Peterson and those guys sitting in the office, and they were telling me about this guy, Justin Albrecht.
I was there too. I remember we did the show, your show, live in the Ray Mears room on signing day, and Buzz comes in with he's doing the raise the roof. Justin Albrecht. Where's Brian Hartman when you need him to do the Buzz Peterson impression?
And he told us, he took 50 charges. He took 50 charges. He took 50 charges. You remember that, right?
Yes.
And I'm sitting there going, yeah, but this other guy scored 50 points in a this other guy had 50 in a state tournament. Justin had 50 charges. Just had 50 charges.
I mean,
sure enough, he played like a guy that had 50 charges. All right.
When you put Justin Albrecht and Janice Grindstaff on the floor together,
God,
pinch me,
Tony. I mean, those were heady times.
I mean, and our fans,
we were there.
And listen, they can't wait to get rid of this basketball coach we have now because, quote unquote, offensively, they're just not, appealing or whatever. This guy wakes up every day, rolls out of bed, fogs up a mirror, and wins 20 games a year and makes it look easy. And it's not easy, by the way. None of that's easy.
Hey, I got one more for you, and jumping tracks a little bit. This just came out. Compliments of Pete Thamel. The NCAA is appealing the Trinidad Chambliss preliminary injunction. They're asking the court to overrule the injunction and expedite the ruling. So I appreciate hearing this because, A, the NCAA is trying to at least show they have some teeth. And it also reinforces maybe, again, what happened with Joey Aguilar. I know it was a judge's ruling, but I do think maybe is there a chance the tide's turning a little here?
It's just not going to happen, though, Bob. They never went in court. They won on the Aguilar case because he was already his fans have already gone through the hourglass. Everything we know by the way it's always been done. Chambliss guy does have an argument though for a fifth year, and I just don't see those two as related. I just wish they would figure out a way, or could have figured out before all this happened, a way to sit down with these kids when this was percolating for the 15 years before that. They always look to Congress to solve our problems. Guys, I don't want to get political in here. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. You think those people in Washington are going to solve anybody's problems? Either side of the aisle.
Yeah, not a chance.
I would not count on that.
Yeah.
So they had a chance. And now it's a total mess. Now you've got players quitting. I mean, the Lady Vols allegedly have something going on with a player right now. You had a kid at Vanderbilt, this Collins kid, who just got the 9 games and said, that's it for me. I'm shutting it down. See you guys. See all my teammates here. It was fun getting to know you guys for 2 months, but I'm not playing in the SEC. I go back to this. As much change as we've had, I give Rick Barnes, at his age, a ton of credit for staying on the beam, because he literally is stayed on the beam and he's flourishing. And if some of the stuff I'm hearing they're working on in the off season, if a quarter of that comes to fruition, they'll be very good again next year.
Oh yeah. As long as we've got Barnes, I mean, like you said, he rolls out of bed, it's 20 wins and a tournament appearance. And who knows? We roll the dice and get another Connect or Lanier in here. We'll be right back there knocking on the door.
That freshman class that he's got right now, not including Ahmed, of course, but I mean, those are Barnes guys, right?
Yeah.
Those are program guys that'll be here for a few years. That excites me, honestly.
Hey, and this kid from Pittsburgh, his phone's ringing.
Yeah.
I talked to a couple of people the last couple of days. That guy, there's a couple of Northeastern teams that would love, and Villanova's one of them, that would love to have him, but Tennessee's going to make him a priority and a centerpiece, because he's going to be an excellent player here, like very good before it's over.
Yep.
Tony, thanks so much, my man. Anything else you want to add? Everybody go see him tomorrow. Calhoun's on the river. It's going to be beautiful.
Russell, you're a good man. You're a good friend. You guys are great for our community. Anytime I get to interact with Bear off the air, it's a beautiful day. It puts a smile on my face. It's a pep in my step. And it's got me fired up, focused, and prepared for the rest of this Thursday, fellas.
All right, man. Well, have a good one. A Doc Gooden, as you like to say. And we'll
Thank
be
you, boys.
listening tomorrow. Yeah, man.
Yeah, peace. Thanks, guys.
See you, Tom.
Tony Basilio, heard weekdays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. right here on Fan Run Radio. And, yeah, man, go check out the Dean and Friends tomorrow. Calhoun, the iconic Calhoun's on the river. Take a quick break. The hot question poll, it's raging. The debate is raging online.
Mm-hmm.
We will read you some of the comments, give you the early poll results when we continue. 865-966-3435, your phone number to get on board. 966-3435. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive.
Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
Check out Lenore City's newest place to hang out, watch sports, and drink the best craft beers in America. The Casual Pint Lenore City is now open on Highway 321. They've got over 30 beers on tap, with everything from lagers and pilsners to sours and IPAs, as well as stouts, porters, and brown ales. You can also create your own six-pack from their singles cooler or pick up some packaged beer and a growler fill to go. And be sure to bring your appetite, because they have a great menu featuring appetizers, brats, burgers, flatbreads, and wings. It's the Casual Pint Lenore City, now open on Highway 321 across from Gold's Gym in Lenore City. Swing by and check them out, and don't forget to tell them Fan Run Radio sent you.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that?
Cool, I'll just order them online.
What? Yeah, I'm gonna hop online and I'm gonna get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
What's up, Fan Run Nation? This is Evan Rogers with ECR Total Landscapes. I'm happy to announce that our free stump grinding promotion for Fan Run Radio listeners is now extended to March 31st, 2026. If you've got trees in your yard that need to come down before they fall on your home, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes and mention you heard our ad on Fan Run Radio, and we'll get rid of that problem tree for you and grind those stumps for free. Call us at 865-384-2012 or check us out online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Fan Run Radio, The Drive continues, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, online at fanrunradio.com and on your free Fan Run app. Streaming on the Fan Run Sports YouTube channel. Shout out to everybody over there. Like and subscribe. Always love going down memory lane with
TB.
With Tony. Yeah, it's hard to believe we've been working with him for the better part of 25 years now.
The first time I ever laid eyes on that guy was at the infamous SGA debate at UT when he's wearing the Cunningham jersey. He went by Bo Basilio back then.
I remember back when I first met, he had hair.
Oh, yeah.
And
he was the Italian stallion when I met him back in the 80s.
Rob Lewis said the first time he saw Tony Basilio, he thought he was a midget in a gorilla suit.
No, that's not very nice.
That's not nice. That's not, but it's funny.
It is. It's kind of funny, but
personal appearance is not show fodder. We love Tony B. But yeah, man, I remember he was doing his show. I was helping out we were in the Ray Mears room at Thompson Bowling Arena on signing day, back when interest in Tennessee basketball was such that they would actually let you come and set up your show and do it live from the arena. And like Buzz Peterson is walking, he's telling us about how they signed Justin Albrecht. Does anybody here remember Justin Albrecht besides me and Tony?
No, I do.
It was a JUCO transfer.
Yep.
And Buzz was so excited. He's like, he took 50 charges last year. Like, this is going to be like Justin Albrecht was going to be the guy that put Buzz Peterson over the top here at Tennessee. He was so excited. And he's like walking in with his, like after he had gotten the letter of intent faxed over, and he's like doing the raise the roof thing. We're like, wow, man, like maybe this dude's pretty awesome. No offense to Justin Albrecht, but he was very much a forgettable player.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Tennessee basketball history.
The Humphreys kid from Maryville was a sniper from 3 for Florida.
Yes, he was.
So, were you with Tony when he came up with the pyramid of blame?
I don't believe so.
I think that's still on his website. That's some classic stuff you guys would get into back in those days.
Good times. But like we said, I like these times better as it pertains to Tennessee basketball. You know, growing up, I started following Tennessee basketball in the mid-late 80s. I think I went to my first game in like 87 or so, and always loved going to the arena. Great memories of going to see pretty bad basketball, especially during the Kevin O'Neal era. I was all in on the Kevin O'Neal era.
God, it was so boring.
And my dad would take me over to these games, and I just remember how badly I just wanted to go to the tournament. I just wanted to see Tennessee make the NCAA tournament. And when we finally did in Jerry Green's first year, it was magical, man. It felt great just to be there.
Yeah.
Fast forward 25 years, and now we just take it for granted that we're going to be there. And like if we don't get out of the first weekend, like people will be mad. People will consider this season a failure if this team, regardless of Nate Amott's status, doesn't make it out of the first weekend of the NCAA tournament.
I remember when I first moved here, I was coming from the West Coast, and at that point, Pac-10, Pac-12 was at its peak. Like UCLA, Arizona, those schools, I was seeing all sorts of great basketball. People know by now I love basketball. I was like, okay, I'm coming to Tennessee. Let's check some of this out. And
got to see some good women's basketball.
Man, that, with all due respect to like Aaron Green and Damon Johnson,
Brandon Wharton,
yeah, that was
Shane Karn, Shane Johnson, Shane, who was the point guard?
Guys, how you can remember all these names?
Shane Williams.
Shane Williams. That was rough. Somebody just on the live chat kicked in the vault says I'm more of a Brandon Crump guy.
Crump could play.
Yeah.
Now was Buzz Peterson era.
Yeah, I was going to say that was a couple of years later, post O'Neal.
It'd been post
Jerry. Crump might have been the last true back to the basket big man we had. I know we've got some now, but when Bruce got here the next year, like that kind of went out. We were playing with like Chisholm and even Major Wingate. Like we weren't throwing him the ball down on the block a lot.
We did a little bit with Conzo did with Stokes.
Yeah.
Remember how much hype came in around Charles Hathaway?
Oh, McDonald's All-American.
Yeah.
Well, that class, it was Hathaway and C.J. Black.
Yep.
We called them the Bruise Brothers. And that was the first, and that was Kevin O'Neal.
Yeah.
Signed those guys.
Yep.
And then he signed, and Isaiah Victor was in that class too. As kind of like an add-on. And that's why O'Neal left, was because he wanted Victor to be eligible as a true freshman, and Doug Dickey, in O'Neal's mind, did not fight hard enough. There was some academic something or whatever, and so Victor had to redshirt that year. And then O'Neal bolted like the first chance he got. He was here for 3 years. But, yeah, we signed – and that first class, right? With
Northwestern.
Is that where he went first?
He came from Marquette.
Yeah.
He went to Northwestern.
Brandon Wharton was a great player here. Mm-hmm. And he was in that first class with Aaron Green. They signed 7 guys. And then I think it was the next year they got Black and Hathaway. And he only coached them for 1 year. But the year after that, they got Tony Harris.
Yeah.
Hathaway was one of the most highly touted players
He's one of the more highly – yeah. He was – and he was okay, but he never lived up to the billing.
Here's a blast from the past. Dan Slam TN just drops the name Andy Ikeacore.
Andy Ikeacore.
Is he the one that's
I think he's passed on.
He has.
He passed on, or he was in some sort of trouble.
Yeah. He may have. Let me look. I'm going to look it up before.
And he got kicked out of here for fighting with football players or something.
I heard
At one point, his Facebook profile had his residence in Abuja, Nigeria.
I know he was from Texas.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Yep, he was.
He was
from Houston.
All right, Bob, I'm going to go to you for the ruling here.
Mm-hmm.
The super chats.
Oh.
We have a policy that we read all super chats. I don't want to read this one because I'm going to get in trouble. So you do with it what you want.
I think this is one a new guy should.
Yeah, will you read this?
You want me to read it? Yeah, sure, I'll read it. So from it's Taylor Whala for $2 super chat. You can use these coins to buy Bear a brain. He says
that's not nice.
No, it's not.
That's not nice, Taylor Whala.
Really not.
You spent $2. You could call Bear up and insult him for free.
Truly,
that doesn't do that.
That doesn't cost any money.
He might pee down his leg because he's a female dog.
Wow.
See what you've done, Taylor Whala?
You've upset him now.
That's not nice.
Who may or may not like to take his own mother out for a good time, if you know what I mean.
Oh, my God. Bear.
Now, okay. All right. We're
going around the FCC censor some more. I can sit here and do this all day. But that's it, and I'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
Michael Moat says, I sat through a lot of bad basketball at TBA. To not take any of this for granted, I'm enjoying every bit of it. We've been going to tournament games for the last few years. I don't want to go back. The hot question this afternoon, would you be okay with Tennessee being mediocre in basketball and baseball if it meant the Vols would average 10 regular season wins per year in football for the rest of your life? Over 200 votes cast on Twitter. 54.1% of the audience says no.
Certainly not.
45.9% say yes. So it is a fairly divisive topic. And I'll bet you if we run this poll back in the fall, those numbers are reversed.
Got some well-rounded sports fans. That's what I see.
It's close.
Now, there are some who have said they're with you. They're like, hey, man.
Hey, I haven't levied an opinion. Let the record show.
You haven't levied an opinion?
I haven't said.
I don't know.
That's what I meant to say that about 10 minutes ago. Where are you?
I don't know, man.
You got to give us something, man. Come on.
He's just asking the question.
Come on. Your whole position was
answer the question.
Football.
Tried to get me all sucked into it, and Bob had to pull me back from the brink.
I want to say no, but the 90s were fun, man. Those were good times, man. When you saw the battle captain leading us out of that tunnel, and Alabama was over there peeing down their legs on the other side of the field, when Georgia didn't even want to run out of the tunnel to take on the Big Orange, when Auburn or Florida, well, not Florida, but just about anybody else knew an ass whooping was coming their way. I want to go back, Bear. Take me back. Take me back home.
Take me home, country roads.
Stay with us. The drive continues. Hour number 2 coming up. It's Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio station. We're your in-your-face, truth-telling, say it loud, flag-waving, face-painting, hardcore, bring the noise, causing a ruckus, don't give a damn sports station. Sports talk that doesn't just hang up and listen. For the fans. This is Fan Run Radio. Get some.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Hey Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340. WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the Drive underway. It's Fan Run Radio, and time for the Top 4 at 4. It's brought to you today by ECR Total Landscapes. Running out of time to get that free stump grinding.
Do it now.
Spring has sprung. Yeah, you got those trees. I'll do it later. You've been hearing the ads. I need to do that. You need to do that. Now is the time to call ECR Total Landscapes and take advantage of free stump grinding when you get a tree taken down by ECR Total Landscapes online, ecrtotallandscapes.com. Walker.
At number 1, Tennessee has remained a 5 seed after the last midweek games as we head into conference tournament week just a few days away. The Vols are listed as the second 5th seed behind Arkansas, who rose up a spot ahead of us today, and are ahead of North Carolina and Vanderbilt.
Yeah, we were, yesterday we were the top 5 seed, and then Arkansas looked pretty impressive last night against Texas. So,
did you hear what Sean Miller said about Acuff? How he's the best point guard he's ever seen in college basketball?
I don't disagree.
He is.
What'd you say, Bob? They've got him mocked 1 spot behind Nate right now?
Well, in one mock, the Field of 68 just did theirs. They had him as the 9th best prospect behind Nate at 8. So
that kid looks...
Yeah, he looks pretty advanced.
I'm looking at the Athletic Sam Vecini's mock draft that he put out this week. He's got DeBanza going first, Peterson going second. He's got Acuff going 7th to the Mavs. He's got Nate Ament going 9th to the Milwaukee Bucks, where I guess they would groom him as a replacement for Giannis someday. The first 11 picks in this mock draft, one-and-done freshmen.
All college players, though, which is something we haven't seen in a while, where it's not international players at the top of the draft.
I kind of like that.
I love it. Some people don't love one-and-done, but I love that the best prospects aren't coming from the G League and internationally this year in one of the best drafts in a long time.
This may be one of the best freshman classes.
He's got Cameron Carr going 25th to the Knicks.
Bear, I think it's the best freshman class in the modern era. It's the best I've ever seen.
These guys all, unless they all look like future stars.
Yep.
For the most part, the one outlier that I kind of worry about is that kid from Kansas.
Darren Peterson?
Yeah. Super talented, but there's some question marks. The other thing is all these freshmen, if you look at the teams they're affiliated with, they're all going to be playing in the tournament. So we're going to get to see them at a high level, too.
Yeah, it's not like Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper last year, who were on Rutgers and didn't even make the tournament. All you heard was these guys are great, but their team sucks.
That's right, yeah.
All these guys are on good teams, winning players. At number 2, ESPN NFL draft analyst Jordan Reed has dropped Jermod McCoy to the number 29th overall pick in the first round in his latest 2-round mock today. McCoy didn't go through workouts at the NFL scouting combine while continuing to come back from a torn ACL. He also has corner Colton Hood sneaking into the first round at number 32 and Chris Brazzell as the 60th pick overall.
Man, if you're going to – I think I would rather just sneak in there at the end if you're not going to go with the very tippity top, just because you're going to end up on a really good team usually. Contender.
I don't know. As long as I'm not going to the Jets, the Browns, the Raiders, put me as high. Yeah, I'll take as much money as I can get, guaranteed.
Honestly.
What are we going to do it for?
I see your point, though. Like, yeah, you don't want to – it's more fun to be on a team that wins. I don't know. I like the idea. I saw Dane Brugler had a mock draft of us going the Titans taking Jeremiah Love at 4, and then the rusher from A&M, whose name escapes me, he was Defensive Player of the Year this past year in the SEC.
Oh.
I'd be fine with that. I like Jeremiah Love, man. The more I think about it, the more just give me the best player you can get.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's him and Downs. And was I reading, are there injury concerns with Caleb Downs? Did I see something about that?
I haven't seen that, but I'm not debating it. I don't know. I just haven't seen that.
No, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping and praying that Caleb Downs falls to 10, which is where he was projected to go before the combine. Now he's starting to shoot up to like top 5 in this mock draft. They have Downs going at number 3 and the number 4 being Arvell Reese, the linebacker edge out of Ohio State.
How ridiculous is Ohio State, man?
And they've got that poor other kid who would be probably the first non-quarterback taken in the draft. He's got to spend a whole nother year in college, right?
Oh, Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they've got the Stiles brothers, Sonny Stiles and Lorenzo Stiles Jr.,
Mm-hmm.
Arvell Reese,
Carnell
Caleb Downs, Carnell Tate. I mean,
I hate him.
They were really good.
And the best player is still on that team.
Yeah.
At number 3, Bruce Pearl said in an interview with Dan Dockich that nepotism absolutely played a factor in his son Stephen Pearl landing the Auburn head coaching gig, taking over for his father, saying, quote, "Did I help my son get the Auburn job? Nepotism? Of course I did." End quote.
Have you seen he's backed his position off of Miami of Ohio a little bit now? He got a lot of heat for that one.
You think Stephen wishes Pops maybe stick a sock in it?
Yep.
Probably so.
100%.
I'm surprised Bruce Pearl has time to watch any basketball with the war being on 24/7.
I was about to say, I think he's got bigger concerns.
He watches
right
Israel bombing Iran with his pants off.
Joke.
Speaks awfully highly of Ethan Berg.
Noticing a pattern.
Huh?
Noticing a pattern with him.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Moving along.
At number 4, the Bills have landed a new top target for quarterback Josh Allen, agreeing to a trade with the Chicago Bears to acquire wide receiver DJ Moore. Buffalo is sending a 2026 second-round pick to Chicago in exchange for Moore and a fifth-round pick in this year's draft.
I like DJ Moore.
Where's he going?
Buffalo.
Ooh.
Josh Allen, a nice weapon. Are they ever going to get over the hump up there? Talk about snake bit franchises.
Yeah, really. Well, it's kind of what we're talking about. Is like, I don't know, man. I mean, they win a lot. Like would you rather just be like the Broncos where you win one and then you fade into obscurity for another 10 years, or be like the Bills where pretty damn good every year, but you never win one?
Well, now you've got the Patriots that have looked to be, the reports of their demise were greatly exaggerated.
Yeah. I saw a video of Joe Brady walking in the new stadium there. The new stadium is nice.
Buffalo?
Yeah. Cool place.
It's got best everything. It's still going to be cold.
They didn't do a roof.
Fans.
They didn't do a roof.
It's like it's a
roof for the fans, yeah.
Like
soccer stadium. It's like Tottenham Stadium. It's like, well, no, Man City's is all indoor. Is that outdoor?
Yeah, but
half outdoor,
no,
indoor?
it's got a
when
Yeah,
it's
like
snowing though, like snow's going to get on you. It's going to get on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an open
Yeah, but there
door
won't be-
stadium in Buffalo.
They gotta have something nice, man. Can you imagine winters there? That must be miserable.
And I read in one of the articles on it, it also focuses sound.
Oh yeah, it's going to be loud.
Scientifically
straight
good.
up with a
Like
roof.
Seattle, yeah.
If you're a Bills fan, do you like that, or would you rather have, like, if you're a grown adult with season tickets, you're in your 50s or something?
I don't mind cold. I don't think I could sit in 3 feet of snow for a playoff game, bro. So,
Wonder what the alcoholism rate is up there.
I mean, is it any more significant than in southeastern Appalachia where we live?
You got to stay warm.
One of the highest per capita rates was when we were honeymooning in Nantucket. We heard because of the winters there, it's like that's all people do is drink. Yep.
Yeah.
You ever hear about the man from Nantucket? Thank you, Walker.
That's it.
That is the top 4 at 4. It's brought to you by ECR Total Landscapes. Online, ECRTotalLandscapes.com. Yep, free stump grinding promotion ends at the end of this month. So take advantage while you can. You got a tree in your yard that you've been thinking about taking out for a while. Take it out before it takes your house out. And ECR Total Landscapes will grind the stump for free. Save you a couple $100 when you mention Fan Run Radio. Call today, 865-384-2012. Tell them you heard us talking about it here on Fan Run Radio to take advantage of the free stump grinding. ECRTotalLandscapes.com. Coming up here in 10 minutes, we've got our weekly chat with Gregg Palinsky, Tennessee basketball assistant coach.
GP.
As they get ready for Senior Day coming up on Saturday, 2 p.m. tip-off against Vanderbilt. Bob, we got another super chat. Jay Cart putting $10 on this one. So, I mean, we have to, even if he's insulting Bear and Water, if he's insulting all of us, we have to read this one.
I'd happily read it for $10.
Why can't we do all three and just give zero money, all caps, to the Lady Vols? We got to get past this weird faction of our Lady Vol fan base that's separate from 90% of the fan base. You know it, and I know it. Wait a minute. Is J Cart 29 actually Phil? You know it. I know it. Put it in your pipe and smoke it.
I think that like some other things Phil says is taking on a life of its own. And people just it's entered into the Tennessee fan lexicon.
Hey man,
who we gonna get?
Who we gonna get?
I would be fine. You know, we talk about the revenue split that pretty much every SEC team is adhering to. Maybe there are some slight differences. 75% of that $21 million, which is probably going up soon, goes to football. That's roughly $15 million. 15% goes to men's basketball. That's roughly $3 million. And then 5% goes to women's basketball, and then 5% to everything else. So that's baseball, volleyball, tennis, whatever else.
Softball.
And those sports, those sports don't get much. Most of it goes to baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be fine with like 75% going to football, 15% going to men's basketball, and 10% going to baseball.
If I'm not mistaken, that's 100, isn't it?
That is 100. You're saying zero?
I'm agreeing with Jay Cart. Does that make me a horrible person?
No.
I love the Lady Vols. I'd love that program to come back, but I'd rather win a national championship again in baseball. I'd rather men's basketball remain strong.
Now, Jake Hart's saying, I can't verify this. He's saying $5 to $6 million for a women's basketball team is blank crazy stuff. Do they have that kind of money?
Oh, I mean, I don't know about that much. I mean, they spend an awful lot on this roster. That's the most damning thing to me is, look, we went out and bought you a Ferrari. You pulled out of the parking lot here at the complex and just drove straight into the river with it.
A lot of rumors online about Lady Vol basketball today, Bob.
There is. Could be some more defections afoot.
Really?
Could be. I'm not.
I mean, don't we play tomorrow?
Just answer me this. Answer me this. According to the rumors, are Mary Kate and Ashley going to be back?
That's a tough one, man, because again, we've talked about this week. They've got a uber involved dad, and we know what happens in those scenarios.
If we lose the twins, I mean, basically you're going to have Olivia Edwards next year and then a team almost cobbled to whatever else she's got in. You really like there's the other freshman who wears the goggles.
Jana Civil. Yeah.
So you got her, you got Olivia Edwards, maybe one or two other returnees, and then whatever other freshmen she has, and a whole bunch of transfers.
Yep. Lauren Hurst has flashed a little bit. That's the local freshman that's here. I have no question she'll probably be staying. Alyssa Latham is like one of the elder statesmen that'll probably be around next year. Talasia Cooper has another year of eligibility, but all the smart money saying she's as good as gone. She's going to either go somewhere else or test the waters for the WNBA draft.
Now, in Kim's defense, I don't think, unless I just missed it, Tess Darby apparently made a statement.
I saw that. Well, and there was also Isaiah Thomas. Did you see that?
No.
The NBA Isaiah Thomas?
Yeah, the Washington Celtics Isaiah Thomas, not Zeke. Basically quote tweeted Kyle Wynn's tweet and said something like, "For real, the coach tripping here" or something. And I'm like, why are you weighing in on this?
Yeah, maybe he thought Kaya's attractive or something.
Maybe.
He's trying to.
Didn't that dude? Wasn't he one of the first ones to get knocked out by Jake Paul?
Isaiah Thomas?
No, that was Nate Robinson.
Yeah, that was Nate Robinson.
Another University of Washington guard.
Maybe that's what I'm doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Conflating the two.
He was one of my favorite NBA players, Isaiah Thomas, when he had that year with the Celtics.
That was a good year, yeah.
He was so good.
Interesting comment from Hunter Greer on the live chat. He said, "We wouldn't be fighting over a few bucks so much if the football team would stop paying millions of dollars to kids who are either mid or never see the field." How much was blanked away on McCoy and Nico?
Yeah, but you got
to play the game.
Yeah.
I get it. You just
everybody else having that same conversation. I mean,
but
LSU and Florida making coaching changes. Like, I mean, what is their list of regret like? Because they're spending money.
Yes.
Well, that and the football teams who generates 100% of the revenue. Maybe
not
100%,
75%. Yeah.
Now, they wouldn't necessarily put it towards any other sport, but yeah, the Kentucky fans for basketball have to be saying that this year. We spent $22 million, and we may not even get a bye in the SEC tournament.
Yes. You listen to a lot of Matt Jones up there. Are they going through it?
They're kind of going through it.
He's definitely coming back next year, right? Hope.
I think so. Yeah. I was just going to say, yeah, because he's
Pope the Dope.
He's got a couple good kids coming in.
Robo-Dope.
I mean, you think you want to think our basketball team's been schizophrenic this season. Mm-hmm. Kentucky's saying, hold my beer. I mean, they're unbelievable, man.
Or if you just talk about just wasting money.
Yeah.
How much does that roster cost? Close to $20 million?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to talk about money with them, the biggest loss for them is a guy we never saw, a guy who's played like 4 games, Jaden Quaintance,
right,
who is supposed to be a part of this really good class. He's a sophomore, but he was
just hurt?
Yeah, he's been hurt all year. Actually transferred from Arizona State. Was pretty good, but
that's why he's soft.
That's not nice.
Hate it for him. All right, we got to take a quick time out. When we continue, we're going to visit with Gregg Palinsky, Tennessee basketball assistant coach. We'll get his thoughts on Senior Day coming up against Vanderbilt. Plus, Nate Ament. Have we seen the last of him? Or will we get to see our talented freshman at least one more time, hopefully a couple more times? Our visit with Coach Polinsky coming up next right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation. Fan Run Radio. Knoxville.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Invisalign is a clear aligner orthodontic treatment that gradually straightens teeth without the use of traditional metal braces. And now, at Knoxville Smiles, we're offering Invisalign special pricing for new patients. Call for details at 865-539-1776 or just visit us at knoxvillesmiles.com. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Welcome back. The drive continues. Fan Run Radio. Russell and Bob, pleased to be joined for our weekly visit with Tennessee basketball assistant coach Gregg Polinsky. Coach, good afternoon. How's it going?
Great, gentlemen. Thank you.
Well, congrats on the win Tuesday at South Carolina. It's hard to believe that, this is the end of the regular season already, but aside from getting healthy, what are the priorities in practice this week ahead of senior day against Vanderbilt on Saturday?
I just think it's what we've been doing all year. Like, obviously we cut our turnovers down at South Carolina. We didn't have a ton in the Alabama game. You guys probably have it in front of you. I don't. But that's always taking care of the basketball, continuing to get, smarter, better, continue what we're doing on the backboard. I'm really proud of our team for that. It takes a lot of 1-2, a lot of hard work, and our guys have displayed that. I'm proud of them in that context of the game for sure. I think we got to, try to get as comfortable as possible with, quote, without Nate. We don't know the status. I don't know the status. We certainly aren't going to rush Nate back. Nate's working his tail off to get back, which, is really impressive how much time he's spending with Chad and G. I think our fans should just know that, man, this kid is so committed to Tennessee and trying to get back to help this team. You could tell it on the bench, I'm sure, at South Carolina, him trying to go back and play against Alabama. But he's one of the more special kids I've ever been around. And but I think the other thing is we're really pleased to see how our team responded at South Carolina after a very disappointing Alabama loss. And, Amari Evans really gave us a lot in that game. Really pleased with him, another freshman, to go in there and do his job. And, obviously we got tremendous performances from our bigs, particularly Felix and JP in that game.
Hey, Coach, I think that as an aside, I do have to say what you just mentioned about we were watching on TV at South Carolina and seeing Nate, the cutaways of him on the bench, so engaged and man, that just that that smile made me smile, I guess.
Yeah, Bob. I always say this as you get older. I think, you appreciate the moments more. I have an unbelievable appreciation for my time here at Tennessee, and really proud to be a part of the program because of what you just said and the kind of kids we have. They're still kids. They're young men. They're grown into men. So we're not perfect, but there's a lot of high character guys. And I think as a fan or someone that follows this program, in your comment, Bob, like, here's a guy that is going to be an NBA player. And right now his only focus, and it's been all year, is the Tennessee Volunteers. And that example on the bench, we didn't tell him, hey, Nate, make sure you help the guys, make sure you smile. You don't have to tell Nate Mint that.
Yeah.
He cares immensely about the success of others and takes great joy in that. And that was a keynote for me when I was scouting.
Yeah.
Is a guy is happy for others and trying to help them as much as he's trying to help himself. That's a winner.
Hey, so you mentioned about Alabama, 6 turnovers in the Alabama game. That's a great number. Maybe a couple untimely, but so be it. Only 6 turnovers against South Carolina and only 1 in the second half. I mean, it felt to me like in that game, the assignment was really clear. Russ and I talked about it that day before the game of, you don't have Nate. South Carolina is a little undersized and, at least statistically speaking, not good on the boards. This should be a real opportunity to just kind of have at it on the interior. And it felt like that was a get-right game for our bigs for sure.
Well, it was. And I can remember, Justin Gainey, Coach Gainey gathering up the bigs at the end of our shoot-around that day and told them, and this is not to be critical or sound insulting because Lamont does a great job at South Carolina. Coach talks about that. He's a really good coach. They've had obviously a really hard year, but he told them, look, you guys in every facet of the game have to dominate the paint. We have got to be dominant in the paint in this game. There can be no question about it. And, I just stood and listened because there's nothing else to be said. And the big guys went out and executed it. And let's also give great credit to Jacoby.
Yes.
Coach talked about it because they can't do their job in some respects if he doesn't understand to facilitate. Had a season high or a career high, I think, with assists. Bishop had a couple nice lobs and to a man. They understood it, but obviously Kobe has the ball a great deal of the time. And they understood it, and the guards understood what had to happen.
Gregg Palinsky with us this afternoon here on Fan Run Radio. And, Coach, senior day takes on a little bit of a different tone this year. Last year we had the 4-year players, Zakai and Meshack. This year we've got 3 transfers that we are celebrating. What are your thoughts on the career contributions for Jacoby, Felix, but also Amari Abram and Grant Hurst?
Yeah, I mean, let's start with Grant first, the guy that doesn't get much court time. And Grant will end up being a coach if that's what he wants to do. He's got a great mind for the game. His leadership, for a guy that doesn't play, it's pretty hard to lead when you don't get minutes on the court. So as a compliment to Grant, the respect guys hold for Grant, when he speaks, they listen. He's been amazing. Really fine young guy, great sense of humor, great with the guys, cares immensely about this program. Amari, it's been an up and down year for Mo. He was playing, didn't play. You never know. I wouldn't say the season's over for him at all in terms of minutes on the court. I'm not a forecaster. We go off of how guys are practicing and what's going on. And sometimes another guy's just playing well in a game. You intend to play a guy, but you can't. But Mo is a really enjoyable guy to be around every day. Probably our most comedic guy on the team. I got a great sense of humor. The guys really like him. He's for the guys. You can see it even when he's not playing. Like, I have a great deal of respect for him. Felix, I hope he can continue what he's doing, man, over the last 2-3 weeks. He's always been good here, always. But I think he's been pretty special the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I want that for him because that not only helps our team, but I want Felix to have a chance to play in the NBA. That's important. I want to see that. That's a great deal of satisfaction, I know, for Coach Barnes and us and our staff, the players, to feel like we've helped a guy reach his goals. And if he can keep doing what he's doing, I would think some NBA team is going to give him an opportunity. Jacoby's been spectacular. You know, we can talk about what he's not, but I prefer to talk about what he is. And I want everyone to think about, when you get upset, the amount we've asked him to do, and Coach Barnes uses that term a lot, is probably as much, even Zakai Ziegler. I'm not sure we asked as much of Zakai, and we asked a lot of him. But Kobe, because we don't have a Chaz Lanier, a Jordan Gainey, a Dalton Connect playing next to him, we sure appreciate Bishop and Ethan and all the guys. Like, they're giving us what they can, but let's be real, that we don't have a guy like that sitting next to him. He's not only been associated with having to run a team, be a point guard, improve his IQ for the game, doing that, where he's basically been kind of what I call a ball guard, score the ball. Man, his assist total was, it wasn't only 12, but it was a substance 12. Sometimes stats can be hollow, not his. 8 steals in a game twice this year. I mean, he's done spectacular things. And people talk about this. He's a better guy than he is a player. Same with Native Mint. Felix, wonderful human being. Like Grant, look, Mo they're great guys. So that leads to the enthusiasm in my voice when you start asking me about them, what their contribution has been. But their contribution far exceeds basketball. It makes every Vol fan, I hope, proud that they represent them. That's what I hope at the end of the day.
Staying on Jacoby for a second. So I'm just sitting here looking at his game log. South Carolina, he had 8 points. That's only the second game this season where he hasn't hit double figures. But to your point, yeah. It was still it was just a different type of game, but it was still very, very effective. And the other thing I want to note, and you're right, I mean, I'd raise my hand, guilty with some of the turnovers that he's had over the course of the season that frustrates me. But we've said it on the show too. What you just said, sometimes I feel like he's kind of playing the 1 and the 2 on this team.
Right.
And in his last 5 games, a total of 9 turnovers for a guy who's playing about 36 minutes a game. I think I would take that.
Well, and then add this to it. Alabama's got 3 guards that are all terrific, right?
Yeah.
Then we asked him to guard Michi Johnson at South Carolina, who's averaging about 20 a game over his last whatever. Had a great year. Then we're asking him to run the team. And, oh, by the way, they're going to double you on every ball screen. So you got to navigate that and hope other guys get to where they're supposed to get and make shots. We came over to one timeout, Bob, and I said, Cope, because he had 3 open threes, and he's such a good shooter, you always think it's going in. I said, how do you feel like you shot? He goes, and he's such a matter-of-fact, non-emotional, unbelievable temperament for the game. He just goes, it feels really good, GP. I said, okay, keep shooting it. See you later.
Yeah.
See you at the next time out. But I think that we should all appreciate, I know I do, and he's grown on me, what this kid is giving. And again, how much he loves the opportunity to be here at Tennessee. And Coach has been really hard on him, like he is every point guard. But it's also helped Kobe. And I'll say this, his whole family's been amazing. They all understand exactly why Coach is pushing him like he is. Because if he's going to play at the next level, and I think he's got a shot, you look around, I could go through every team and give you the size of their point guards. You don't see a lot of 6'1" guys in the league. So Coach realizes he's got to be a real point guard. They can still score. So that's why he's been, I think, really pushed him hard to see the game, to understand the game, to feel the game. And in 1 year, that's hard to do, but Kobe's really responded well.
Talking with Gregg Polinsky this afternoon here on The Drive. And, Coach, just wondering how you guys as a staff handle senior day. I know getting dialed in after an emotional ceremony can be difficult for some guys. How do you prepare the players for dealing with that?
Well, I wish I had a great answer, but I don't. I think we've had years, the year with Santi and Josiah. If I'm wrong, I think it was Kentucky.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think we lost. And I think the emotion, is really difficult to go from, 21,000 plus, and I think we'll have that in there. Our fans are so good. And, to go from that emotional moment of seeing how these fans appreciate you, how this coaching staff appreciates you, and then flip the switch. I'll give you an example, guys. I'm watching Houston and Baylor last night. Houston, senior night, Coach Sampson cried. I'm sure they did. Heck, they didn't lead to the last 7 minutes of the game. And, then they went on a run. But I think it's really difficult to ask these guys because it's a culmination. And to think that they don't think about their career and look around, see all that orange and white, and think this is the last time I get to do this. That's hard for me to talk about it right now without shedding a tear. That is difficult. And then, okay, now let's go play Vanderbilt, who's really good and going to play their tails off with this rivalry. So how they're going to do, I think talking about managing your emotions, but you want guys to feel it. You want them to enjoy this. But to think that these guys aren't going to, have a tear or two is unrealistic. And if it's not outwardly, it'll be inwardly, right? So hopefully they're going to respond and say, hey, let's go out and give these fans a good show and do our very, very best in our final game here.
So talking about that Vandy matchup, again, as I used the term earlier, the mission's pretty clear. I mean, Tennessee controls their own destiny, at least for next week in Nashville. You win this game, you get more rest, which is important right now. This is a Vandy team that's 7-7 in their last 14 games, but we know they're good. I see some parallels too, because Tyler Tanner is so good, and he's kind of been relied on similarly to what Jacoby's been for us, right? I mean, that matchup, that's going to be pretty special. The fact that we get to see those two go kind of head to head again.
Yeah. And the other thing to remember, I think Duke Miles made his first return back
right
against us. And so he's got some games under his belt now. He's really good, had a great year. I'm not sure if he's still the steals leader in the league. Tyler Tanner, great. I think they're one or two. I think one in the league and forcing turnovers. They're a handful. Tyler Nickel, I mean, we can go on and on, but you're right. The Tanner, Gillespie, if you will, I don't know how they'll guard Jacoby, but I imagine Tyler got great anticipation, great hands, great quickness. He's a heck of a player, man. It should be really fun for our fans, too, to watch it. They're really good. The schedule hits you in different ways. The injury bug, they're sitting there with a kid named Frankie Collins that we played against when he was a freshman at Michigan. That's a really good guard that nobody talks about. But we understand health. Health is something that fans over time get desensitized to. But not having Nate Mint, you want to take that out of the lineup and see what that matters? Did Amari Evans step up? If our other guys stepped up, they sure have. But health matters. And what Vandy's done and Coach Byington, without Frankie Collins, without Duke Miles, when you talk about 7-7, had they had those guys all year? Wow. The way they started out with them, wow. So they've done a great job. 7-7 is not really 7-7. He's maxed out their health, and I think Vandy would be a handful for people We'll have a handful with them on Saturday. They're really good. And then when they get to the NCAA tournament, good luck whoever plays them.
Coach, last thing for me, sort of wrapping up here, we'll end where we started talking about Nate and what a special guy he is, and we talk about senior night and everything. I don't know if how much we're allowed to talk about this, but obviously the chances of him being here next year are up in the air, to put it mildly. I'm sure he wants to get back out there and play one more time in Thompson Bowling Arena. And for fans, that'll be special too, because you just get a feeling that this is a guy we're going to be watching play professionally for a long time. And we'll be able to say that, hey, we saw this guy for a year in Knoxville, Tennessee, playing college basketball for the Tennessee Vols.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. And Nate soaks in the VFL as much as anybody that's been here. He has loved his time here. I think we're being a little naive to think that he'll return. He might. I'm holding that small.
We can all dream,
that,
right?
Like, hey,
yeah.
I told him the other day, I said, you realize we're going to keep that locker available. You're welcome back.
Yes.
But listen, we'll be very proud of Nate. I think all volunteer fans will. And I know our coaches will, because you said it. Nate's not a guy that's going to drink a cup of coffee when he does decide to go to the NBA. The smart teams, if he does, we'll wait on his development. And, he's going to play a long time. I've been there. His mindset, his maturity, his intellect, I've said it, to go with his physical ability, that guy's going to have a long career and make all of us proud when he does decide to make that move.
Coach, as always, we appreciate the time, and we chat next week. Hopefully you guys will have Thursday off, and we can get ready for some postseason hoops.
I hope so, guys. And thank you, and I hope we'll see 21,678 strong or whatever we hold. I know our guys will appreciate it, and our staff thinks the world of all those folks.
I call your name all the time. You never wave to me in there. I don't.
You do, Bob?
Yeah, I'm only about 30 rows up, but
why don't you come down and say hello?
Yeah. They let me just cruise around the arena. It's no big deal. So,
Bob, I'm simple-minded, so don't worry. It won't affect me.
I got you.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, thanks, Coach.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Coach.
See ya.
It's Gregg Palinsky one more time on the drive, getting ready for a big one. Saturday afternoon, it's Senior Day with the in-state rival, Vanderbilt Commodores, coming to town. We'll talk more about that when we continue as you listen to The Drive. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive. Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation, Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Check out Lenoir City's newest place to hang out, watch sports, and drink the best craft beers in America. The Casual Pint Lenoir City is now open on Highway 321. They've got over 30 beers on tap, with everything from lagers and pilsners to sours and IPAs, as well as stouts, porters, and brown ales. You can also create your own six-pack from their singles cooler or pick up some packaged beer and a growler fill to go. And be sure to bring your appetite, because they have a great menu featuring appetizers, brats, burgers, flatbreads, and wings. It's the Casual Pint Lenoir City, now open on Highway 321 across from Gold's Gym in Lenoir City. Swing by and check them out, and don't forget to tell them Fan Run Radio sent you.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State. Smoked daily by pitmaster Mark Rickard, the barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134 for directions and to look at the rest of the menu. Visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
What's up, Fan Run Nation? This is Evan Rogers with ECR Total Landscapes. I'm happy to announce that our free stump grinding promotion for Fan Run Radio listeners is now extended to March 31st, 2026. If you've got trees in your yard that need to come down before they fall on your home, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes and mention you heard our ad on Fan Run Radio, and we'll get rid of that problem tree for you and grind those stumps for free. Call us at 865-384-2012 or check us out online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Fan Run Radio, drive continues. That was a really great appearance by Coach Polinsky on the show.
Yeah, I'm always struck by some of the comments each week once GP's been on from listeners, and it's mostly, and we hear it every week. We've had the good fortune to hear it. He's just he's a good spokesperson for the team. And I mean, I think relationship-wise, he's been doing shows with us for a couple of years now. We've kind of gotten past some of the coach speak. There's always going to be some, but I think he keeps it pretty real by and large.
Yeah, and you know, I think we as fans are so obsessed with the shooting, both outside and now inside. The inability to convert at the rim has been a theme in some of these games. And to me, like, that's the biggest thing that's going to determine our success in the postseason. Obviously, getting Ament back is the biggest thing. But once you have him, I think we'll see what happens. But after that, it's like, how many shots can we make? But the thing he goes to first, he said it right at the top of the interview, taking care of the ball.
Yeah.
When we don't turn it over, we're pretty good. What's the over-under for turnovers that are acceptable here? Like,
I think
5, 6.
I was going to say, given the level of competition we're talking about, single digits for sure. I think 5 or 6 is excellent, honestly.
Yeah.
I think 8, 9, I'd still be good with. They average 11.
Pushing it.
I would be curious to know what we averaged the past 2 years when we went to the Elite Eight, just strictly on the Elite Eight runs from the tournament. What was our turnover ratio in the tournaments? And I imagine that number's pretty low. So I thought it was interesting. The two things jumped out at me that Acapara could have a shot at the NBA. I mean, me and Walker were talking about, I mean, he'd definitely have to develop some type of 3 shot. And then the fact that the locker, that they'll have what was he said it right at the end? I'm assuming it was about Nate, that they'd still have a locker for him. And
yeah.
We
have a super chat here. JCart29, does Gregg not expect Ament back for the NCAA tournament? That's not what Rick said. Who's lying? I don't think anybody's lying. I don't know what Rick said. I think that, it's one of those, I take them at their word. Like, I think I think he's going to play again.
Yeah.
But like, I think it's pretty obvious that he's a dog and he would have played Tuesday night if they'll let him. I'm guessing he really wants to play one more time in Thompson Bowling.
Yeah.
But you really have to, it's the medical staff there. It's like, man, is there any risk at further injury, and how much would another week off allow him to heal and be better going into postseason?
Yeah, I agree. And I think, look, knowing GP at this point a little bit, I would say that part of what he said today, I felt it was just more guarded. And I feel like he is of the mind, he's very, very deferential to Rick as the head coach.
Sure.
And I think he's like, man, that's not my news to give, my point of view on it. It's like Rick has said, he expects him to play again. And, that's where I would Somebody's line, I would just take what Rick's saying. I mean, he's the head coach. That's where I default to. We always hope we could get a nugget or something like that from GP, but I wasn't necessarily expecting it.
You'd hope that. I mean, it would be great if he was ready to go Saturday against Vanderbilt, and mainly for the fact that, I'm sure he does want to play one last time in Thompson Bowling. It's pretty obvious that this kid is a VFL, even though he'll only be here for 1 year. But then you stop to think about it. If he just sits, doesn't play Saturday, basically he'll have be 1 or 2 days short of 2 weeks completely off that leg since his injury before we play our first game in the SEC tournament.
If he doesn't play Saturday, I'd say it's a certainty he plays some in the SEC tournament just to
knock the rust off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Back to that turnover question, because I feel like Vanderbilt's a good kind of example to look towards in terms of their average of turnovers per game. They average about 9 turnovers a game. That's top 15 in the country. Okay, so again, that I think. We in the meantime, we average 11.5 a game currently. And that's because we've had some really, really good games recently taking care of the ball, but we had so many bad ones if you think back to earlier in the conference play. So I think that's some of it. We're playing catch up at this point, but I stand by that number I said earlier, 8, 9 turnovers, man, I'd be okay with that. Anything less, of course, would be much better. But I think that's the minimum for them. They can't, or the maximum, I guess. You can't really go higher than that if you want to have success.
No, every possession is so precious. Once you get to this time of year, you can't give away that many of them. Scoring opportunities.
Yeah.
Smoking Hot question this afternoon. Would you be okay with Tennessee being mediocre in basketball and baseball if it meant that the Vols would average 10 regular season wins per year in football for the rest of your life?
How's that now?
It's a dead heat virtually. 380 votes cast. 51.5% say no. 48.5% say yes. And actually, it just went to, it's now 50.8% no, 49.2% yes. So margin of error, 2 or 3 points. It's a dead heat.
One of those hotly debated ones.
It's a good one. A lot of comments coming in too. Rusty says, tell me we average 11 regular season wins a year and I'll consider it. 11 regular season wins. Like at that point for the rest of your life, like, you're running the sport.
Yeah.
Would you do that?
I mean, probably. I don't know.
You don't have to. Basketball and
I might
baseball
not have
fun.
as long as Walker, so you know what I mean? Like if Walker were to pick that, it'd be understandable. That could be another, 50 years.
Then you shut the sport down. You are the best program in history. Like if you were run off 40 years of dominance, and that's only if Walker lives to be 60. Walker, take care of your cholesterol, man. We could have a 100-year run with AI doing all the medicine. You could live to be 120.
Certainly could. Could live forever if they just put my brain in a jar and upload it to a computer.
Well, I mean,
I can watch all the games there.
Russell's talked about this. What's your theory that our generation's the last one that
we're the last ones that are going to die?
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe Bob, you might be the last human to die. You ever think about that?
Not
Me and
really.
Bear are going to live forever.
No, that's sad, it's sad for humanity. But I'm just looking at some of these comments on live chat going back on this topic. Gecko Master came back around and said again, he reiterates, I would trade all sports for consistent championship level football, no question. Eric Dyer 32 says, crazy there's a generation that doesn't remember UT basketball being bad. I grew up a North Carolina fan because we were consistently so bad.
My guy, Coach Roberts, says the fact that I debated about this says a lot. Now, I don't know what he chose, but
yeah.
Jason says, I thought we were an everything school, Dubsy.
True. Kicked in the Vault says, this is an interesting one. I want football and basketball on the mountaintop. All other sports can be upper level mediocrity or worse. That would be interesting if you adjusted your question next time.
Do what now? If
to two sports, football and basketball. And he was saying,
we would all do that. I mean, with respect to Josh Elander and America's pastime, we would all.
We'll support the hell out of you, whatever college.
I'd be more inclined to go with that, I think.
Yeah. Well, that wouldn't be fun. I feel like that would be a 90-10 proposition.
Yeah.
Let's get Rando in here ahead of the top of the hour break. Good afternoon, Rando. You're on the drive, Fan Run Radio.
Hey, guys. So I said no, and I'll say why, because I put the comment in the poll. Averaging 10 wins means you go 13-1. You go 12-0. You make it to the national semis this year, and next year you're going 7-6.
No, 12. No. You average 10 regular season wins. So
right.
we're taking postseason out of it.
Right. So you average 10 regular season wins. Okay, you're going 10-2 or 12-0, and then the next year you're going 8-4.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no. It's just not. It's not good enough to have.
Yeah, but do you know how hard it is to go 12-0, Rando?
I've been a Vols fan since about 1980. I know it's happened once, and I get that. But I'm not willing to sacrifice 2/3 of the year where I don't get to watch baseball in the summer where I really care, and I don't get to watch basketball in the fall and the spring where I don't really care. Because I mean, look, I lived through the Buzz Peterson years, and I'll take an up and down football program as opposed to going back to Conzo and Buzzball guys. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want to trade 2 sports or 3 sports or 4 sports for 1 sport. And I love football, but no, 10 win, no. And like other people said, and I think you said it too. 11 wins. Okay, now we're averaging 11 regular season, and we're running the sport. Terrible and everything else, yeah, I'll take that. But I'm just not. I don't want to be mediocre and everything else to be pretty good in football. And we would be miserable if we went 10-2 every freaking year.
Thanks, Rando. We'll pick up on that in hour number 3. Got to take a quick time out. We got Josh Elander, Tennessee head baseball coach, on the show coming up in 45 minutes. Keep it tuned right here. It's Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. The voluntary reaction.
Can't get enough Tennessee basketball? Join Fan Run Radio as soon as every UT game is over for Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all. The voluntary reaction. We'll be taking your calls on the Vols as soon as every game is over. So tune in and buckle up as we drink from the keg of glory all the way to the Final Four.
The voluntary reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
Hey, Knoxville. Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, 0 carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Thursday, 5 o'clock here on Fan Run Radio. I'm Russell Smith. Thanks for tuning in to The Drive. We got Josh Elander, Tennessee baseball coach, coming up here about half an hour on the show. In the meantime, Top 5 at 5, brought to you this afternoon by our friends at Smoky Mountain Brewery. We're going to be out there on Tuesday next week.
Tuesday, isn't it?
Hoist it. We're doing a Cockney accent now, Walker? Is that?
Yeah.
We're doing okay.
I know where you're going with that. That's
Thank you, Bob.
Tuesday,
What is it?
Tuesday, isn't it?
Tuesday, isn't it?
What's that?
Isn't it?
I'm missing it.
At number 1, Kim
Is that
Caldwell.
a movie reference I just missed? You guys are going to just leave me hanging right here? What's happening? I
Hey,
feel like I'm taking
if you know,
crazy pills.
you know.
I don't know. Tell me.
If you know,
Oh,
you
God.
know.
This guy.
At number 1, Kim Caldwell and Lady Vols basketball start their SEC tournament tonight in Greenville. Tennessee will play Alabama in the second round after getting the first round bye. Tip-off is at 8:30 on the SEC network, and the Vols are just 4.5-point favorites.
You going to watch that tonight?
I'll probably watch it. 8:30. You know, it's Thursday. There's not too much college basketball on. There are a couple of good men's games we'll talk about in a minute, but probably would have the main TV.
I'm sorry. I was still spun by your
Are you looking
whatever
at
happened there. What game are we talking about here?
The Lady Vols
are playing tonight. SEC tournament, round 2,
softball.
Alabama. No, basketball. Good God.
What did you say?
I'll be honest. I didn't know we were playing tonight.
Well, we certainly are.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
We show up.
I don't know.
Who are we playing?
Alabama. He's so flummoxed by Tuesday.
Come on.
Isn't it?
Thursday, isn't it?
No.
Are we going to win?
Hopefully.
I think we're going to win
We
tonight.
should. I'm surprised the line is that low. I guess I wonder how much.
You're surprised?
No deny a prawl. And
Yeah.
while we think that's an injury, there's rumors that maybe she didn't make the trip.
Oh.
I mean, I admittedly don't know much about sports gambling, obviously, but I just feel like anybody in Vegas could have watched Tennessee or halfway paid attention to them and realized that they've kind of quit on their coach right now until proven otherwise.
We'll see. Yeah. She did an interview today on SEC Network at the tournament. And
Paul?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Kim.
Okay.
And it felt like a lot of softballs.
A lot of softballs, just layups for her.
Talking about being a mom and, a lot of stuff. And she was great, but there was no hard-hitting questions.
We don't ever let a football or I don't see anybody doing that for Rick Barnes. Any softballs for Barnes. I mean, some do, but none of these football coaches. What's it like being a dad, Josh, after he loses to Georgia? Gagged up a lead. Oh,
wow.
Did we not?
Missed a kick.
We're going to be honest?
We missed a kick.
Should have never had to have kicked that ball, Russell. Go ahead, Walker. I'm getting mad again.
All right.
It should have never come down to that. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it.
At number 2, the NCAA has formally appealed the preliminary injunction a Mississippi State judge awarded Ole Miss quarterback Trinidad Chambliss last month. The February 12th decision effectively granted the 23-year-old Chambliss eligibility to play in 2026 in Oxford.
It does seem – I know the cases are different, but it seems weird that he can play and Joey can't.
Well, the weird thing to me is why'd they wait a month to appeal this decision unless they found some new information or something they can go back to a judge with and say, hey, look at what we found. Here's this. Let's rethink this.
Well, I think in that month
it's a process you got to go through.
And they might be emboldened a little bit by the Aguilar decision, but Aguilar and Trinidad are, subtly yet very, very different. What Tony say earlier in hour one, we had Tony B on. If you didn't hear it, check it out in the podcast. Basically, Joey, the sands had already ran through the hourglass with him. He's exhausted every year. Trinidad's got a solid argument.
You know what the legal team said from the NCAA said when they presented the case today? They opened it by saying it's Tuesday, isn't it?
What's that from? Just tell me.
It's not from anything.
It's not from
It's
anything.
just English dialect.
Yeah.
And
like British dialect.
Why is it funny?
Because they pronounce
funny.
Tuesday.
Because
Like
it's
choose.
fun. Tuesday.
And isn't it, they pronounce
In it.
in it.
Isn't it?
In it.
I feel
Yeah,
like
Giza.
Kanye West in the Fish Sticks episode of South Park.
This is just
I
throwing
just
you
don't
off.
get it.
This is just throwing you off the ledge. That one comment. At number 3, there are a couple of ranked teams in action in college basketball tonight. Number 3, Michigan plays at Iowa, and Rutgers plays at number 8, Michigan State. Both games are at 8 p.m.
Do anything for you, Bobo?
No, I'll probably fish around to some middling conference tournament game.
You don't think Michigan, Iowa does anything for you? That game's at Iowa. Iowa's a 20-win
rocking.
team. They're unranked, but they're going to be a tournament team, and Michigan just lost one of their best guards.
Let me explain what's going
Who'd
to
they
happen to you
lose?
tonight.
What was his? They lost him the other day. I'm blanking on his name right now. Give me a second.
Cadeau.
I'll find it. Yeah, good. is it
Elliot
Cadeau?
Cadeau's out for the year.
I didn't hear that.
You didn't see this, Bob?
Nope, I did not.
My faith in Bobby Hoops is shook now.
I thought you were a hoops junkie, man. Thought you took this stuff
I
seriously.
think that came out Sunday or Monday.
Do we not think Michigan's still going to bend him over the barrel?
Well, I mean, he's their primary point guard, so that if he is truly out, that's a problem.
To drop them off of one line?
No, I don't think it would do that. No, it wasn't Godot. It was it's LJ Kason.
Okay,
Kasser.
that's very different.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it was.
When you said Cadeau, I was like, I have not. I think I would have heard it.
Yeah, why'd you say that, Walker? Trying to bring fake news.
See,
to the
Walker
show.
doesn't know ball.
That's 2 days in a row. I mean, McClure's got a point, Walker. He brought false information to the drive in the top 5 2 days in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing. It's a shame, isn't it?
You're getting there. You're getting there. Kind of. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to be watching tonight.
It's not fake information that I brought.
What we got tonight?
World Baseball Classic.
We got Indiana State against Valparaiso.
All right.
Oh,
Please continue.
God. All right. At number 4, Boston Celtics All-NBA star Jason Tatum officially will play this season and could make his debut on Friday against the Dallas Mavericks, less than 10 months after surgery for a ruptured Achilles tendon.
You're just jealous that your guy won't come back for the playoffs. Are you guys even in the playoffs?
He doesn't want him back.
Oh, no. We're in tank mode. We're perfectly fine without Hallie. Tatum. No, I'm saying when I say it's ridiculous, Tatum is like his rehab thing has been unbelievable to watch. He's ready to play.
He's been sleeping in that oxygen tent thing that Michael Jackson used to.
Maybe
the hyperbaric chamber.
Yeah. Hopefully it ends there and it's nothing else that Michael Jackson did.
Ooh, too soon.
Too soon.
Yeah. Guy's only been dead for like 10 years. Let it breathe a little bit, will you, Baskerville?
Got it.
All right.
That's crazy that he's going to play this year, man. I
know.
You would have thought that he would just go ahead and
–
come back next season, but
they're so good.
What a story!
Why not?
Yeah, I mean,
they're second in the East, only 5 games back.
Is he
going
to come off the bench for a while and kind of work his way back in?
I don't know.
I mean, throw him out there.
What's crazy is Boston's been pretty good without
Jaylen Brown's team.
Yeah, I couldn't even believe it. I thought they were going to be trash this year, but
that would be kind of cool, because when he got hurt last year and basically cost him a ring, a shot at a ring, and then
if you're Jaylen Brown, are you stoked to have your guy back, or are you kind of like, I was enjoying being the man, getting all the glory?
I think you're probably pretty stoked if you want to. It depends on what's important to you.
Yeah.
How bad do you want another ring?
Might be a party who's like,
it's already got one.
Yeah, I've already got one, and I'm going to do this one on my own by myself.
Your chances to get one go way up, I would imagine, with Tatum back. And I don't like him. He's a dookie.
Man, Iowa's getting trashed now, Walker.
They're getting trashed?
Iowa basketball, yes.
Why?
Well, everybody says it's Jay Cart says they play 4-corner basketball. It's atrocious.
So they're just they don't like him because of the style they play? Or
Commissioner Bockwinkel says Iowa's boring in everything.
They're 20-9. Just because they're boring doesn't make them bad.
What's the most exciting thing about Iowa as a state, as a sports program? Like, there's nothing. They get the presidential caucuses. That's like all they get. The corn subsidies. Other than that, like, would anybody notice if Iowa went away tomorrow?
It's a beautiful state.
I mean, Cedar Rapids is a really fine city.
According to who? Name me one interesting fact about Cedar Rapids.
I think they have legalized betting there. That's a positive.
It is positive.
A lot of people, when they go up to the College World Series in Omaha, they do a little road trip over the state line up to Iowa.
Got to.
Hit the casinos.
Got to get your bets in.
Is that where the Field of Dreams is?
Yes.
Okay.
It is. That might be the best thing about
Is this
Iowa
heaven?
is that field.
All right.
No.
They
Iowa.
do have some things Cedar Rapids does.
Oh, God.
Hometown of actors John Wayne, Ashton Kutcher, and Elijah Wood.
Boy, they couldn't wait to get out of there. That is wild that such a small town has produced 3 really famous actors.
They've got a lot of famous Iowans. Other notable Iowans include television host Johnny Carson, gymnast Shawn Johnson. She was incredible. Actress Cloris Leachman and singer Andy Williams. Alongside figures like Herbert Hoover, Hoover Dam fame Russ, and Caitlin Clark.
I don't think the Hoover Dam is the main thing when it comes to Herbert Hoover.
No. Michelle Monaghan.
Can we
Dallas Clark
talk about something else, please?
Yeah, we get the gist.
Mildred Wirt.
For God's sake, Walker, get a hold of your segment.
The original Nancy Drew off.
Jesus Christ.
And at number 5, last month, the 2026 Camel Beauty Show Festival in Oman was rocked by the disqualification of 20 participants after veterinarians ruled that they had been artificially enhanced. Botox, lip fillers, silicone reshaping, and artificial hump inflation were some of the forbidden procedures discovered during inspection. These contests are a huge deal in these countries, and there is real money to be won for the winner of a camel beauty contest. Owner can make a fortune through sales and breeding rights, so the temptation to use forbidden tactics to increase the chances of winning is pretty high.
These are the people we're trying to help.
No, these are the people that are caught up in the fallout.
I mean,
people
look,
we're trying to help. Where did you say this was at?
Oman.
Oh, man.
That's pretty funny.
So the camels, they have no food. There is no water. They live out in the middle of a desert. Pretty soon we're all going to be on electric cars, so we won't need their oil anymore. And this is what they're spending their time on.
Beauty contest for an ill-tempered, not very nice animal.
Hey, we still do horse shows here.
Now, how do you base that experience? Have you had experience with camels?
Yeah, they'll spit on you.
Well, I've heard that.
Yeah, they're not real friendly.
You never rode the camel at Knoxville Zoo?
No.
I did when I was a kid.
That was fun.
It was a good time.
But no, I don't like being around camels. They're just nasty.
Wow.
Put them on the list.
Camels? On the list of awesome things Bear hates?
I don't really hate them. I choose not to be around. Man, when they spit on you, it's got awful smelling. And it's like
you've been spit on by a camel?
Yeah.
Why did a camel spit on you?
I don't know.
Wow.
You were probably
did something.
No.
You were just minding your own business, and a camel spit on you.
Yes.
Guys,
he was probably poking it.
It's Bear.
I don't.
Nobody believes you right now.
I don't mess with animals like that. But yeah, it got mad and spit at me. There was like a bunch of people standing right in front of this thing, and I caught it. I'm talking like you got to wash. Like if it hits you, you get it wiped off. Like you're scrubbing that thing forever to get that smell off of you.
Is it like green? It's got a loogie kind of thing to it? Or
It's
just
real
clear saliva?
thick, like mucusy kind of.
So but it's got like skunk spray vibes as far as the smell and getting rid of it.
Imagine the most nasty, rotten feta cheese smell you can think of. That's what it.
I like feta cheese.
After it's been sitting out in the sun for like 8 days.
No, I like feta cheese.
Like rotted. It was god awful.
Hey, I got a text from DR Ball.
Moving along.
It says, let Bear know that Woodrow Wilson won Iowa.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Send him a message for me. He can, he can go ahead and just kiss my fat.
Oh,
I bet had it out of you, big boy.
I'm just relaying
Trying to
a
get a
message.
DM to your wife, see if she can't get you in line. You're out of control, my
It's a
friend.
professional establishment we're trying to run.
Just
here.
relaying a message. That's all. No different than
You need to give me a curse button like KG has on his show.
Do I need a curse button for you on this side of the glass?
I'm not cursed on air lately.
Seriously, jumping back, I do want to hit this real quick. This is back to the Polinsky conversation about Nate Ament. I think there was, because Jake Hart was saying, the talk about Nate not playing, and he reminded us of a quote that said, it would be, I thought he said, naive to not think he won't be playing again. And then Wesley Hicks piped in and reminded him that it was actually saying naive to think Nate will return for next year. For a second season. So all's well. I think it was just kind of misinterpreted.
Yes.
But yeah.
I think we see Nate again.
Yeah, I do.
All right, we got to take a quick break right here. When we continue, we'll bang out some phone calls. Then we're going to talk to Tennessee baseball coach Josh Elander coming up here in about 24 minutes, 5:40 p.m. He's scheduled to join us as Tennessee's wrapping up practice. Of course, big series coming up with Wright State tomorrow, starting at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. We'll take a quick break. Your phone calls coming up next here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. Catch up with all things Fan Run by subscribing to our podcast feed. Like, rate, and download the show from the Fan Run app or wherever you get your podcasts.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia, courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys, every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Palinsky Parkway today.
Is your smile ready for the spotlight? Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco, and at Knoxville Smiles, we make every visit a reason to smile. From routine cleanings to dazzling cosmetic treatments, our experienced team uses the latest technology to keep your teeth healthy and your smile bright. With a warm, welcoming atmosphere and personalized care, we're here to make sure you leave feeling your best. Don't wait. Your perfect smile is just a call away. Book your appointment today at 865-539-1776 or online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Attention local businesses. Are you looking for a powerful way to reach your customers? Want to get your message heard by thousands right here in our community? Then it's time to advertise on Fan Run Radio. Radio advertising works. It's affordable, effective, and gets results fast. Whether you run a restaurant, a retail shop, or a service-based business, we'll help you craft the perfect message to bring in more customers. With listeners tuning in every day, your business will stay top of mind. And the best part is, it's easier than ever to get started right now. Don't wait. Boost your brand and grow your business today. Email me at russell@fanrunsportsgroup.com or just DM me on Facebook or Twitter to learn more.
Doing the thing on a Thursday afternoon at Fan Run Radio. Russell, Bob, Bear with you on your drive home from work. Walker Smith greeting you as you call in this afternoon, 865-966-3435. Your phone number, call or text the show, 966-3435. Let's get a call from Roberto. Good afternoon, Roberto.
Walker's greeting people. I got Bear, man. Oh.
Wow, sucks for you.
Fingers on the button, buddy. Always.
I know, Bear. I know better. The Tuesday, isn't it? It reminded me, Walker, another movie you need to put on your list. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Fantastic.
You love a good.
I've never even heard
Oh
of that.
my
Never
gosh.
seen it.
Guy Pearce, right?
Oh, are you serious, Bear? You love it.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Guy Ritchie's.
Guy Ritchie, that's what.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Guy Ritchie movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I've pretty
fantastic.
much seen everything else he's done.
Well, if you saw Snatch, you'd love Lock, Stock.
Never saw Snatch.
Lock, Stock's like the prequel to Snatch.
Yeah.
But one of the best movies I've ever seen, and hilarious. Toby! Yeah, Jason Statham's. That's his debut, isn't it, Bob? It's like his big break, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right.
The accents
Yeah.
in that movie are almost too much. Those movies
But-
for me. It's like, did you
But
ever
they're
see that
legit.
movie?
Those dudes are all super Cockney Brits.
Did you ever see Train Spotting?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Where it's like
Ewan McGregor?
you need subtitles.
Oh yeah, you can't understand it at all.
They called up for that movie. They called up Noel Gallagher, the director wanted him to do the soundtrack for it. And that idiot thought it was a movie about trains, like real trains,
no.
and told him
Oh,
basically to GFY.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
That's a
you
great
look
story.
it up. Yeah, he's like, no, I don't want. I'm not doing a soundtrack.
Was
for a
that
movie.
was that during or after the first breakup, Bear? You said it was Noel.
No clue. whenever it came out. But yeah.
Speaking of, this was not a Guy Ritchie film. Did any of you ever see Smoking Aces?
Yes.
Yeah, it's another great one. That takes place.
Yep.
That's an American one, though.
Yep. Well, Hatchet Harry is one of the great. Hatchet Harry is one of the great all-time supervillains in a Cockney British comedy. Pretty great. So, guys, as far as baseball, that's Russ. I think it's a really valid question. Would you take baseball being whatever and basketball being whatever for football? And I'm just going to say it. The way Danny has just kind of crushed the soul of Neyland in the last 2 years, I'm going to say no. Neyland is a social event now. He sucked the soul out of that place. It used to be loud and you were obnoxious and it was fun and it wasn't a social event. Dude, I got to own that. I think as a fan base, we need to own it. Danny has turned us into a bit of a wine and cheese crowd in football, and it's not as fun.
I think on one hand, you're correct, Roberto. I think on the other hand, that's happening not just around the country in college athletics, but in professional athletics as well.
Maybe.
Average folks just being completely priced out.
Oh, across you name it, almost every major sport from golf to auto racing
So
to stick and
expensive
ball
now.
sports. So,
Yep.
but I'll tell you can draw a direct correlation to them pulling out the troughs and us softening up as a program.
I'm with Bear on that. I'm with Bear. We don't agree on much, but we agree on that. Troughs were for the everyman, and the fact that you have to have an individual head for each person in there is kind of sad, if you ask me.
Can I mention something else that's I think it's super annoying and it's getting worse each passing year? As a season ticket holder, they start applying the pressure for you to renew your season tickets before the current season is even over.
Bob, they called me the other day.
Yeah.
And we're like, you have 6 days. And I was like, I just totally forgot because I kept ignoring all the emails because it's so annoying.
But that's for football, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, for football.
I'm
Are you
talking
about
like,
for basketball.
I'm talking about basketball. I'm already getting
Oh, wow, I
contacted
didn't know
about
that.
that. And we haven't even finished the regular season and the home season. So
If it makes you feel any better, they start it for football in November as well.
Yeah.
Right in the middle. I think the first email came out the day after we lost to Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
I just think given the escalating prices and everything else, I mean, they're assuming a lot for people thinking, hey,
Yes, sir.
Let's hit them emotionally now, and they got to get in and get their money in. It's like they may not have the money, man.
Yep. And as far as I love baseball. I like Elander and Russ. I want to leave you maybe the door open here to ask, but man, that baseball team looked different the other night with Garrett Wright and Grimmer on the field. I mean, them starting 5 for 7 combined, and Grimmer hitting a hole in the wall on his first swing of the season. That made me feel a lot better about the trajectory of this team. Take care, guys.
Thank you, Roberto. That does make you feel better. That's one of the things I'm most interested to ask Coach Elander when he joins us here in just a few minutes is what are you going to do, man? Because now you got some really hard decisions to make tomorrow when you fill out that lineup card. Because there's going to be 4 or 5 guys that have very legitimate expectations and hopes to be in that lineup who are not going to be in that lineup. And, hopefully they can stay ready. I'm looking at Micah Butel on Twitter. He's founder of Just Means Less ACC. He's a ACC college baseball analyst.
Mm-hmm.
He has his weekend 3 SEC baseball power rankings out. Before you get too mad, this is just some guy from the ACC. Where do you think he has Tennessee out of 16 SEC teams?
3.
No. I said before you get mad.
Yeah, well, I thought maybe he would just be out of tune and,
He's got us 12th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Texas, number 1. They're unbeaten, so it's hard to argue against that. Mississippi State 2nd, LSU 3rd. They lost again last night.
Mm-hmm.
Florida 4th, A&M 5th, Oklahoma 6th, Auburn 7th, Georgia 8th, Bama 9th, Ole Miss 10th. Or, excuse me, it was Arkansas 9th, Alabama 11th, and then us 12th.
And where's Vandy?
14th. Wow. They won yesterday to break a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah.
League is a shark tank, man. Let's get Braxton in here next. Braxton, you're on the drive, Fan Run Radio.
Hey, how are you guys doing today?
Doing well. How are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. I like that LSU lost again.
Don't you just hate it? Don't you just hate it for him, Braxton, to see other teams struggling?
I hate it. I hate it, man. I hate it. It's horrible, you know?
I can tell it tears you up.
It makes me cry, you know? I just went to bed last night and started crying. Anyways, well, there's kind of the thing here. I don't know if I could give up baseball for football. And that's the thing. If I had 12-0, let's say, okay, the only way I would even consider giving up baseball for football and basketball, the only way I would consider it, even a thought in my mind, if it was at least an 11-win season, maybe even a 12. I'm not doing that for 10 because in today's world of college football, most of the time, if you're an SEC school, you will get into the playoffs with 10 wins, but there's no guarantee because there could be 12. Let's say there could be 12, 10 or 11 win teams in there. So, I mean, it's kind of like I love Tennessee football. Don't get me wrong, and basketball. But now I think, in a way, I think baseball has kind of jumped over most of the sports, maybe just except football and basketball. I mean, baseball is one of the big three now. And it didn't used to be that way just 5 years ago. But I think Tennessee, I think we'd have a real issue, I guess, if you get what I mean, with losing in all of our other sports, because that would just be, we get fall and winter time, and the whole rest of the year we're going to be depressed. So,
yeah, it would be. How old are you, Braxton?
I'm about to turn 15 this month.
All right, so you're a young man. You haven't experienced a championship college football season yet. I hope you get to do that soon, my friend, because it's fun. And we got another young man in here, Walker, who's about 18 years old. What are you, Walker, like 23?
I'm 24.
Like I said, old gray Walker over here. He hasn't seen a championship season either. I feel like if fans got to experience that, they might be singing a different tune. But I'll say this, we've had a lot of fun with this topic today, but having basketball and baseball be as good as they have been these last couple of years it's been a lot of fun, man.
And by the way, just quick funny story. I had heard you guys talk about camels a little bit, and at the Knoxville Zoo, this is kind of hilarious, okay? And I'm telling the truth. I am not exaggerating this at all whatsoever. I was 2 years old. Me and my mother went to the Knoxville Zoo. We got up on a camel, did not spit on us, but you can guess, it peed on us, believe it or not. That's even worse. No, I didn't remember, but my mom sure did, and she said that's probably the worst smelling thing she's smelled in a while.
So the camel pee smells worse than the camel spit.
Oh, yeah, for sure, dude.
How do you know?
I've been spit on by a llama. I mean, I'm assuming that the llama spit smells like camel spit, if I'm being honest.
Pretty reasonable assumption.
I don't know. I mean, it was pretty pungent. So,
you know, this is the funniest topic I think I've ever heard on a sports show ever. And trust me, I've listened to the Five Mom show like 1,000 times.
No, just you wait. We'll get dumber at some point.
Summertime.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Thanks, Braxton. Appreciate the phone call. Walker, would you rather be spit on or peed on by the camel?
Spit on?
You would say that like a question.
I mean,
spit on?
I'd rather not have any of it happen.
I feel like the pee would wash off easier than the mucusy spit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but pee is so much worse than spit, Bear. Can't even argue that.
I don't know, man. It's not like
you would rather be peed on.
What do you mean you don't know? I mean, come on.
You would rather be
I'm
peed
sure
on
the
than spit on.
The camel spit is obviously traumatic for you.
It was very similar to basically just like vomit.
But I think I'd rather be vomited on than peed on.
I don't know.
My God, what are we doing?
We're having an honest conversation amongst friends.
Yeah, with
all Bear's being dishonest with himself, and I want him to look himself in the mirror and
That's
understand.
probably true.
He'd rather be spit on than peed on.
My brother
anything.
And his buddy Kent were backstage at the Shriners Circus. They were throwing popcorn at the tiger in the cage. That thing reared it. I swear to God, it sprayed them both.
Sprayed him?
Yeah, like lifted his leg and peed on him.
Yeah.
Let's get DR Vol in here next. DR, you're on the drive. It's Fan Run Radio.
Bodily functions, that is such a great topic. Now, shout out to that kid at 15. He needs to listen to VR. There's even better stuff you'll talk about then. I've been spit on, peed on, crapped on, puked on. Probably the worst is the puke, honestly. Now, and I did have a llama spit on me. I can't attest to the urine, but urine getting on me. But I imagine that'd be worse than a spit, personally.
Well, the people at the Knoxville Zoo must be thrilled with this segment because I don't think I ever want to be around any of these animals ever again.
Yeah,
I'm
kind of out on zoos in general. Anyway, after watching the Tiger King, I mean that's just prison for animals.
That's how they made the list. Not because of the Tiger King, but they are.
That's where I flipped Bear's side was because of that show.
Animal penitentiaries.
Animals just want to know where their next meal is coming from. They're much more happy, certainly more safe being in a cage at the zoo, getting fed 3 squares a day than they are roaming the Serengeti in constant danger of being eaten by a bigger predator.
They're not really living, though, are they?
No.
Just imagine if Josh Elander's just by chance listening to our show.
I hope he is, Coach.
He probably has an opinion.
Yeah, we'll get.
Vitello used to surprise us all the time. He'd pop up and he'd want to weigh in on something stupid we'd been talking about.
What do you think, Elander? Elander would definitely rather be spit on than peed on. Guarantee you.
Why don't you ask? Just check it
Think
out.
I won't?
No.
I hope you won't. We'll see if it comes up.
They're hurting your good name, aren't they?
Well, no. It's not as far as they know.
He's like, I've been here long enough. What good name? It's all the goodwill is long since vanished.
Yeah, when I see people that I haven't seen in a while, they're like, "What are you up to?" I'm doing a radio show now. I do it on, and I mention where, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that one." Yeah,
gotta look down and
yeah. Hey, listen, good seeing you.
Bob's been a great addition. I got and if Coach is listening, honestly, I'm for you, Coach. I'd rather you get the NIL money because I know your players would make layups. And guys, are y'all having a remote tomorrow? Because I'll be in town.
Unfortunately, we are not. Basilio is going to be down at Calhoun's on the River.
Go get you some lunch down
If you
there.
want to go say hi to him, we will be at Smoky Mountain Brewery as our next live show Tuesday next week in Turkey Creek.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll see y'all around, guys. Enjoying the show.
Sorry to disappoint. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks.
Yeah. Communique from Magic Mike says he's surprised we are not promoting the Redneck Brawl that's taking place Sunday night at the Civic Coliseum. $40 to $80 to get in. The Redneck Brawl. Hillbilly Invasion.
You think that would you think there's going to be people there that listen to our show?
I mean, any event in Knoxville that draws more than 100 people, yeah, you're going to have fan run listeners in there. I mean, that's like
the Redneck Brawl would probably in our wheelhouse.
Brace yourself, nonstop chaos. The wildest rednecks on the planet are ready to brawl it out over turf battles, road rage, altercations, family feuds, coworker drama, city versus country, etc. Let's go! I'm reading the Civic Coliseum's website right now.
I'm surprised. Is he going to be there?
Yeah. Hey, man, if there's a T-shirt cannon,
you get ready for a redneck, hillbilly, backwoods, Appalachian beatdown featuring 25-plus wildly entertaining fights and the perfect 10 ring girl bikini contest.
Woo!
They use that T-shirt cannon, but it's like 8 balls come out instead of T-shirts.
This actually sounds awesome. I would love to go to the Redneck Brawl. Hillbilly Invasion.
Why are we not doing like interviews with the main event?
It looks like boxing matches.
They They got gloves on?
Yeah, they just find some random necks and put some gloves on them and turn them loose in the ring.
I've seen this the videos some of those people have on social media calling each other out.
What an opportunity. Get some camels in there, man. Let them spit on you. And
about all that.
Why not? It sounds like it's
more likely to have like
anything
dog
goes.
fighting somewhere on the grounds, but it'd be more likely than camels.
Just hope they keep the tigers away. Hold on. Coming up, Josh Elander, Tennessee head baseball coach, joins the festivities. We'll preview this weekend series with Wright State and SEC play coming up a week from tomorrow at Georgia. Stay with us. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive. Tony Basilio, the official voice of the common fan, is now on Fan Run Radio. Fan Run Radio. Tony Basilio, weekdays from 11 to 1. Be there.
Check out Lenore City's newest place to hang out, watch sports, and drink the best craft beers in America. The Casual Pint Lenore City is now open on Highway 321. They've got over 30 beers on tap, with everything from lagers and pilsners to sours and IPAs, as well as stouts, porters, and brown ales. You can also create your own six-pack from their singles cooler or pick up some packaged beer and a growler fill to go. And be sure to bring your appetite, because they have a great menu featuring appetizers, brats, burgers, flatbreads, and wings. It's the Casual Pint Lenore City, now open on Highway 321 across from Gold's Gym in Lenore City. Swing by and check them out, and don't forget to tell them Fan Run Radio sent you.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life checking account from Citizens National Bank, offering extra benefits including bank travel. This September, experience the perfect fall getaway on the New England Rails and Sails Tour, or join CNB in October to chase the Northern Lights in Iceland. Get in on the fun by calling 865-429-7935.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
What's up, Fan Run Nation? This is Evan Rogers with ECR Total Landscapes. We're excited to continue our free stump grinding promotion with Fan Run Radio this year through March 31st. If you've got problem trees in your yard, give us a call and we'll come out and cut them down and grind the stumps for free when you mention you heard us right here on Fan Run Radio. Take it from Russ. We'll treat you right at ECR Total Landscapes.
That's right, Evan. I had the ECR team out to Stately Smith Manor last year, and they took down a bunch of trees for me and grinded the stumps for free. Now I don't have to worry about those trees falling on my house, and my yard looks much better. Do what I did. Call ECR Total Landscapes.
Thanks, Russ. Call us today and we'll come out and give you a free estimate. Our number is 865-384-2012. And our website is ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Welcome back. The Drive continues. Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith, Bob Baskerville, Baron Walker through the glass this afternoon. And we begin our final segment of the show with special guest, Tennessee baseball coach Josh Elander's on the phone. Coach, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
What's up, guys? Just getting done with practice over here and been looking forward to this. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Hey, we've been looking forward to it as well. Before we get into some other, let's just go straight to the hard-hitting questions this afternoon. Our production staff wants to know, so that we can have this ready for future Josh Elander appearances, what is or was your walk-up music as a player?
Yeah, no, I had some different ones over the years. I always tried to match kind of like where were we at, like whether it be like when I was playing in Fort Worth or on the road. But Probably my favorite one is I had Country Boys World by Jason Aldean when I was playing in Rome, Georgia. That was a pretty cool one. Had some good memories of swinging it well back down there. So that'd probably be my one that would stick out.
All right, we'll get the staff on that.
Duly noted.
See if we can pull that out for you. Coach, 10-3, 4 wins in a row. Feels like the boys are gaining in confidence. I know the Kent State series was not fun at the time, but looking back on it, could that have been a reality check that will actually help you guys in the long run?
Well, I think, that's the only way we've gone with that. You put that clearly in the rearview mirror, but you have to look at that and say, hey, why did we not get it done there, right? So I think, again, we could say, hey, we haven't been outside. We got young players. I've told our guys that's not – we're not going there, right? So we just need to play better and get better from it. So it's been nice to see us, again, we go down to UCLA, don't play well, but then the response to beat Arizona State and then play a close game with Virginia Tech and then, get some of these older guys back in the lineup. We just got to figure out where do these 9 guys go. So I think that's what I'm excited for is 3 more home games at Lindsey Nelson Stadium coming up this weekend with some great weather, and then just seeing those guys, just who wants to win those jobs. I've been telling them straight up, and our team meetings and all that and our practices have been all competitive. But as we funnel in, we want to make sure those guys earn those spots and take those spots.
So great to see Grimmer and Wright back in and making their debuts yesterday. On one hand. On the other hand, Coach, you got some hard choices to make now when it comes up to that lineup card. Any chance we can maybe get a sneak preview right now as to what you might be thinking in terms of tomorrow's lineup?
Well, it's funny you ask because I told the team today, I've looked at it ad nauseum, right? Because now you have those other 2 back in the mix and obviously super excited. And, Graham took some just professional at-bats, using the whole field and a couple oppo shots. And then Wright brings a different element to the lineup where hit by pitches and drops a bunt on his own and obviously hit over 400 last year in the max. So, again, we're working through it. I think that I've challenged those guys in the middle, like who wants to play shortstop, right? There's really 3 guys that are going at it right there with Ariel Newey and Manny. So those guys, again, I'll get with the staff as we get on because now we have so much information with some of these teams as we get into, weeks 3 and 4, we have enough data where we can say, okay, like we can put our guys in the right position based on matchup. Right, whether it be this type of fastball versus the swing plane of the guys that we have. But, again, I think Blaine and Grimm and Levi will be back in there for sure, and then we'll have Stone behind the dish. But that middle, I think we're going to continue to mix and match until somebody takes over that job for good.
Hey, Coach, appreciate you joining us. One of the things we've been watching and we've been so used to what we've seen in the past few years offensively, where it's kind of a fireworks show a lot of times, and it's been a little slow going there, but really encouraged with what we've seen the last few games. But for me, I got to talk about the pitching, man. I'm so impressed. I said it earlier this week. For us to lose a game 12-5 to UCLA, who's a good team, obviously a great team, and then you look at Tegan Kunz's line, I can't help but think I thought Tegan pitched really, really well in that game.
I did as well. And again, just competing in the strike zone, he wasn't giving up any free 90s. And, the ball was flying in there that day. That ball that lefty hit in the second deck, he hit it well, but you kind of scratch your head at how far that thing traveled. But, T's going to compete. And then I think with what Coach Reynolds has done with our guys, and obviously Kirby Connell's helping out, I still feel great about the offense as well. But I think it's fair, like you said, we've been blessed to have some historic and very, very good offenses here over the years. Now, I think with these younger guys, as we get them settling in, and Levi's a perfect example, right? And every once in a while, hey, what's going on with Levi? And I was looking at some stuff from last year. We were breaking down some video and everything today. And the guy was hitting almost 500 with 6 jacks, about this time going in last year. And then it can turn for the better and the worse in a hurry, right? So I think you got to stick with those guys. But if we have where we know and we like this group is, hey, if we can play defense and pitch, that offense is coming. There's no doubt about it because we got too many good kids and talent. But they are still young. There's a lot of sophomores that need some seasoning, but and they'll get better as the year goes on.
Josh Elander with us this afternoon on the program. And, Coach, we're seeing a lot of our ops, as the kids say, dropping midweek games here. LSU's dropped a couple, Florida, Vandy, pretty much everybody. Are those midweek games even more of a minefield in the 34 scholarship era now?
Well, 100%. I think objectively, if you look at it, there's landmines all over the place going down all over the country. And I think the theme has always been, I learned from Vitello long ago as a player, anybody can win on any day. This is not football. This is not basketball, right? So you got to hook it up. And, again, you're seeing some teams get clipped all around the country. And I think, again, just the condensed rosters, there's more parity across the sport in general. But it's just a good reminder because, the way we recruit is a little bit different, I think, than a mid-major would or vice versa. And everyone's kind of got their own style. But, you're seeing a lot of times those older teams are having some success, right? Maybe early, but it's as competitive as it's ever been in college baseball for sure.
Let's talk for a second about Jay Abernathy, one of my favorite players. Russ and I go back and forth on this because he's obviously played the bulk of the season so far in center field, played second yesterday. Russell, I think if I can speak for him, he kind of likes him at second. I like him in center field because that's such a key role. I mean, are we just going to see kind of a mix with Jay this season?
I think so. I mean, first time we saw Jay way back when, he was a high school shortstop down in North Atlanta, right? Played really, really well down there. And obviously there's a ton to love with the skill set, right? With how he can run. And I think he's swinging the bat great, but he's just a great kid, great teammate. But, again, I think the tricky thing is, obviously Henry playing third, and then you got Reese, Blaine, Myatt, and Wright. There's only so many guys you can put in the outfield, right? So that's kind of the beauty of Jay. You can throw him where it's kind of his more natural position is on the infield, but hats off to him. He's really become an above-average center fielder, right? So that's the tricky part with this lineup. We have a lot of guys that are capable. Now it's our job as a staff to figure out what is the best place to put those guys to have success long-term, and then what gives us the best mix of offense or defense on a particular day and gives us the best chance to win the game, because that's where the game within the game comes in. But just very glad Jay's in there because he's starting to play at the level we always thought he could.
And it's early returns, but obviously you've been a part of this program for years now. Would you say, just from what I see and what you just referred to, position versatility, is this as versatile a bunch of players as you've seen in your time there?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, that was the thing we talked about. We get done in Fayetteville last year, and nobody's happy with how that ended. And we told the hitters, hey, we're going to try to make this as hard as possible to get on the field, right? So, we talked about it, and now that's my thing to figure out who goes where. So, but I do love the versatility, but we want to get it to where, again, they're not guessing where they're going to be. And again, part of that is teamwork by the guys too, getting out there and handling their business the right way. And, the example I used today with the team was, Braden Krenzel, the way he was throwing the ball down the stretch, like, I don't have a choice. He's not coming out of the game if he's throwing it like that, right? So looking for more of that on the offensive side. But I think now that we have kind of the full picture with Grimm and Garrett back in the mix, as Garrett works back to being able to catch too, we'll have a little bit better feel as those guys get to, really 50, 60 at-bats is when you're probably going to have a pretty good picture of what you're going to get. And we got a ways to go before we get there with some guys.
Coach, we got Wright State coming in here. A great weekend, baseball weather here in East Tennessee. Of course, we all remember the last time we locked horns with these guys. What kind of team are they this year, and what kind of challenges do they present?
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. I mean, I think the record's probably not what they want it to be out of the gate, but they have won a game in the, on the road in the SEC. They beat Georgia down in Athens on a Sunday game. So, again, played some good programs in Charlotte and some other ones as well. But, again, I remember, I know we all do, of course, Gilbert's homer. That's one of my favorite moments of our time here. But I also remember their starter being 94, 96, and their second baseman was a first-round pick. And center fielder, I think, plays in the big leagues now and in some capacity. So it's some toughness. They're really, really coached well. I know Sogard had a great career himself. So, again, it's a tough group, and it'll be a good challenge. And, again, we're just excited. We need as many reps as we can with this group, and we got to have we got to play our best. There's no doubt.
Yeah, so you get through Wright State, then you got one more midweek with Tennessee Tech before the gauntlet begins, right? SEC play, it starts at Georgia, who you just referred to. That's who Wright State played when they opened the season. From a standpoint of, I guess, are we getting probably the proper glimpse of what we're seeing with the arms? Again, I go back to the pitching here because I've been so struck by how strong the pitching looks, at least from a starting perspective, and feels like the bullpen's coming around too. As we look a little bit ahead, I recognize that that's still a week plus down the road for Georgia. Do you think the rotation as we're seeing it right now for weekends, does that look like what would stick at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, that could change at any point, right? Obviously, there's a multitude of things that go into that, but I definitely have a ton of confidence in how we're lining it up right now. I think with the toughness of Tegan Kuhns and what he brings to the table, I know our guys love him leading us in on Friday night, and then just the sheer stuff and competitiveness on a Saturday with Mac, with an unbelievable opportunity each week to either get you that bounce back win or even a chance to win a series in game 2. And then you have maturity and strikes from Blanco. Now, there's been times where he hadn't had as good a command as we kind of envisioned, but there's other guys pushing the envelope. There's no doubt. We've talked about stacking up those different looks where you have those high-handed guys throwing with the lower slot guys, so it's harder to prepare each and every week, but it's been good to see. I mean, Appenzeller has been tremendous so far for us, and Rudy was really good. That was the thing that really bugged me down in Texas. There really wasn't a window to get him in there with the way Krenzel was throwing the ball, but Krenz has been really good. But I feel much better on the pitching side than I do, honestly, on the offensive side about those guys are really starting to gravitate and lock into some of those roles. And, of course, that can change at any time, right? But, they've done a really good job of doing things the right way, and that's a credit to Coach Reynolds. He's done a great job with those guys.
Talking with Josh Elander this afternoon here on Fan Run Radio. And, Coach, you made the decision to continue coaching third base when you were promoted to head coach. I know several other college coaches do this as well. I was just wondering if that was something you considered giving up and what it is that you like so much about still coaching third base while being the head coach.
Yeah, great question. I mean, I'll be honest, it's a challenge at times because there's so many things going on, right? I'm having to think, okay, what am I doing with the pitching if we score 2 here, if we score 1, or hey, whatever. So communicating with Chuck and Craig in the dugout, those guys have been great. But I just thought for our players, I've been over there for, this I think is my 9th year doing it or whatever it may be. So I just thought with the timing of Tony leaving, like we'd gone through the majority of the fall, like me running the offense from third base and, again, I just thought I just wanted to keep it as close to similar within the lines or I guess right outside the lines, right? In that setting right there. So, but I love it. I like being in the trenches and they'll get after me pretty good on the road. We got that coming up pretty quick. I know some of the things I heard last time I went to Georgia, I probably can't tell you on air right now, but I like being out there with the guys and again, just kind of working through it. So in the future, I don't know how we'll go about it, but this year for sure, it was more of a thought of what best serves the players right now, and that's what we agreed on as a staff.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it. You're going to get chirped even more now that you're the head coach.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the third base coach has always had a big target on his back, but, I mean, that target just got bigger. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, that's okay. They can yell at me all they want as long as they're not – if I can take the bullets for the squad and they're leaving our guys alone, that's good. But I also like when our guys take care of business and again get a little quieter at some of those stadiums too.
We see like in basketball and football, we see like a kind of a get back coach on the coaching staff. I was going to say, is that Kivett for you or is it the other way around?
Yeah, I think it's probably the other way around, to be honest. It's always kind of been like that. But no, we always joke about his, he got his money's worth in Omaha a few years back. And I was kind of yelling and I was like, you know what? Sometimes it's just like your kids, just got to let them go. They got to get those emotions out and all that. But no, I think it's a good balance, right? I mean, again, because there's so many things going on. I've always been, again, just more, hey, kind of next task deal or whatever. But there's plenty of fire and competitiveness, and people show it in different ways. But I think it's a good balance in our dugout and just kind of getting the mojo and going through the course of the game and all the emotions and all that. I think there's some good yin and yang there.
Coach, who did you grow up rooting for in Major League Baseball?
Well, so, I was in the DFW area when, the Rangers were doing really, really well. And then obviously some of my old Texan people won't like this, but you kind of rooted for the Rangers, kind of rooted for the Astros, right? So those were kind of the main two throughout the course of growing up.
You get to see any friends or family down there in Arlington?
Yeah, so we got a bunch of former teammates down there, but honestly, again, I saw some family. My family had some kind of, I guess, off the field stuff come up, so I actually didn't get to see them down there, but it was, again, that Friday was a little concerning to say the least, right? So it was good to kind of get back and hit the reset button and dive into the ASU stuff and Virginia Tech and all that. But, man, I don't know if you guys have ever been down there. We'll definitely do it again. That's such a great tournament, and they've done a good job with not only the competitive element on the field, but everything, outside. All the families are down there. It's easy to get to, and I'm glad our guys finished the weekend well. That was a good sign.
I'm a big Fort Worth guy. My in-laws are from there, so we get down there quite a bit. Like Fort Worth more than Dallas, as a matter of fact. Is there like a key Fort Worth place you got to hit up if you ever have time to visit down there?
Yeah, well, I think the easy one's Joe T. Garcia's. I'm not sure
yeah.
if you've ever been down
Yes.
there. You got some of the best fajitas, enchiladas. It's simple.
In a beautiful
In and
setting out there
Yeah,
at the
great,
gardens.
Yeah, great vibes down there. And then for my alma mater, there's a burger place called Dutch's that's right there on campus, kind of a hole-in-the-wall spot that, I remember going with being the catcher. It'd be like, 7, 8 of us, the pitchers. We'd go over there and eat. In college, you got no money. It was like half-price burgers Monday night. That was our spot over there. So, no, it's a great area over there, as you know, but good restaurants, too, all over the place.
This isn't Fort Worth, but I've been through like Plano and others. Uncle Julio's, ever hit Uncle Julio's by chance?
Yeah, no, I've been there before. Actually, some of my former teammates, that's one of their favorite spots. But that's a little bit, that Plano, now that DFW area continues to blow up. I mean, you can run some traffic. It'll take you a minute to get over there from Fort Worth.
Absolutely. All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate the time. We'll let you run. We'll try to have that bumper music for you next time, your walk-up when you join us. But good luck this weekend against Wright State. And hard to believe, but SEC play just around the corner. Here we go.
Yeah, no doubt. Almost there. We'll hope to see you guys at the ballpark, and we'll talk again soon.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Josh Elander, one more time on the program, and that's going to do it for us, wrapping up on a Thursday afternoon edition of The Drive. Appreciate Coach spending some time with us. For Bob and Bear and Walker, I'm merely Russell Smith. Have a great Thursday evening. We'll be back tomorrow, 3 to 6, right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Surfside is made with vodka, real tea, and real juice, and has only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right. No bubbles, no troubles. That's why Surfside was named the 2025 Spirit Brand of the Year by MarketWatch. Their variety packs come with options